Hello everyone, it's Yogi here. I hope you're well. Happy Friday. Indeed, it's Friday. And for a lot of you, it's probably the beginning of the holiday break, isn't it? How wonderful. And I hope you're ready for a spot of stitching. Yes, it's about time. You know, you've been busy normally for the past year. Now it's time to rest and, relax a little bit with Yogi. Okay, so today, Friday stitching. And yes, this is the whip of my choice, and this is by Aimee Stewart. I know recently I'm doing a lot of Aimee Stewart. I do have many pieces from Aimee Stewart, and this piece is called the Winter Reading Nook. Okay, I know many of you love books, and we all like to cozy up and just, read a little bit and do a little bit of stitching. And this piece is the best of the both worlds. So let me show you the markup here, okay? If you hadn't never seen before, you're in for a treat. There you go. You know, this is not really officially a Christmas piece, but in my mind, I think it's very festive. So look out the window, okay? There are first of all, two kitties right in the middle there, okay? One is looking at me, and outside the window, you can see two reindeer. Okay, I'm pretty sure they're reindeer now. We had some discussion in terms of what they are, and I mean, a little bit of a debate there, but I think we have established they're reindeer. So if they're reindeers, it means it's Christmas. And there's a snowy little cabin outside as well. And it's just gorgeous. And look toward the inside of the room, the interior, and everything, all sorts of things are going on there. Tons and tons of books. And Aimee Stewart is definitely a book lover as well. And quite a few of her pieces involve tons and tons of books. Okay, and I cannot I cannot profess that I'm a big reader, but I'm definitely a big lover for fabric and textile and everything that's going on in the house, in the room. So this piece I've been working on maybe close to 2 years. I can't remember exactly when it came out. I think this piece came out at the same time as the magic mushroom piece, the mushroom village piece. I remember both of them came out at the same time, and quite a lot of people went for the other piece. But this piece immediately caught my eye, and I waited for the max color. Yes, this is max color version, and never looked back. It's just so beautiful. And let me show you where I am with this project. So this is a regular size max color piece, and you can see I started from the center. Okay, I did a kitty start and then moved on to the cushion. Okay, that's very logical step there. So I kind of almost completed one of the kitties, the ginger kitty on the right there. And I did a little bit of work on the second kitty, but haven't gone very far. But I'm really fond of this cushion, and along with so many other items in a room, and they're so cozy and just beautiful. So in terms of numbers, here we go. So let me have a look. Let me make sure that I'm under the sprint here. So currently I'm just slightly over 6%, 6.22. This is quite, I wouldn't say it's confetti, not as bad as Little Cake Shop, but fair number, of color changes in some areas. And the total number of the colors involved is just under 240. So max colors, the maximum number of colors is up to 240. And this piece is a 239, just one stitch under. Okay, so I am going to create a new sprint here right in front of you. Okay, I've got quite a few sprints before, but I don't think they're going to help you to be the winner tonight for Guess My Stitches game, because every session is different, and depending on how I stitch it and how long we stitch, right? So here we go. Let me tap it back here, and I want to say hello to all of you. Hello everyone, thank you for joining me today. And from the top we have Sarah. Sarah is one of our alien stitchers and also in charge of the alien club, okay? And also in her free time when she's not stitching and cycling and doing chores and everything else, she provides daily quote for us. So today's quote from Sarah is, all dreams are within reach. All you have to do is keep moving towards them. Vala Davis. Absolutely. It's absolutely true. You know, if you look around, everything in your room and in your life, once upon a time, is a dream or an idea. I mean, dream is just a version of ideas, a more abstract version of ideas. So, if you have a dream, they turn into ideas and they become reality. Wonderful. Thank you, Sarah. Absolutely. And we have our Rajal here. Hello, hello. Rajal says, happy Friday, happy stitching, happy every day. Rajal, to you as well. And Travis. Yes, Travis has got a piece of wisdom to share as well. Travis says, a man who reads will live 1,000 lives. Those who don't will only live one. George R.R. Martin. Yes, I just confessed that I don't read that much. But how about this, Travis? How about a woman who watches a lot of documentaries? How many lives does she live? And at least 100. At least 100. I wouldn't say 1,000. I watch a lot of documentaries and a lot of true crime. Yes, we've talked about that. So, and Janine as well. Janine's here on time for the class. Hello, Yogi and everyone. And say hello to Janine. And Chloe as well. Hello, hello. Yes, we all love the quotes. And Brittany as well. Hello. She's our weekend girl. And Clara as well says hello. And Lizzie's also here. And BLT Betty is back to join us, and Bess Williams as well. Good to see you. And Jacqueline is also here as well. Oh, Jacqueline says wintering afternoon, keep knee deep in snow. Oh dear. Yes, I think, quite a lot of stitches are snowed in on you. It sounds quite cozy actually, but this is just my romantic notion of, heavy snow. I think if you really have that much snow, is probably quite inconvenient. So stay warm, stay in, and stitch with Yogi. And who else have we got? Yes, of course, our lovely Susan is also here. And let's scroll down here. Susan Barnes is also here as well. So good to see you. And Rachel is also here. Wonderful. And Nuala is back with us as well. So good to see you. And Chelsea Summers as well. I hope you're getting better every day. And Mandy Moran is also here. And it's Christy. Christy is also here in the chat as well. How nice of everyone to say hello. And Kelly as well. And Love Drunk. And Callan is also back here with us, and our lovely Six as well. And Lynn Burgess. Yes, I would say Lynn is definitely our star stitcher at this point. Unbiased. I've seen her work. It's gorgeous. And Alison, Rennie, so good to see you. And Suzanne is also here. And Rose Jackson. Rose is also back here with us. How good to have you. And let's scroll down just a little bit more. And Belinda is also here as well. Guys, I will come back and say hello to the rest of you. So how nice for you to join me. So let me zoom in a little bit just for you to appreciate what's happening on my fabric. I find, even though this is 25 counts 1/1, okay, and I have many other pieces using the same fabric count, same way of stitching. But somehow this piece, every time I stitch it, it feels different because there's something so neat about it. I cannot explain. Maybe it's just the way it's charted. There's something about it. It's just so organized. I cannot describe it. Okay, so previously, let me just show you my app at this point, okay, and explain what I'm looking to do today. So, as I said, I kind of went over to work on the second kitty for a little bit. Let me turn on the markup so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, let me turn on the markup mode here. So can you see there's a tabby kitty next to the ginger one, which is almost, you know, I say pretty much completed, bar a little bit at the bottom. And so I did a little bit work on that. I think I'm going to come back to this piece, to the second kitty at some point. I like to think about how I'm going to stitch this kitty. Up to this point, I've been doing sort of mini cross-country, but I would like to explore a slightly different approach to it. But until I know what I'm doing, what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave it for a little bit. So today you can probably see it on my fabric. I'm tuning into this cushion here. So this cushion, I've been working on it for a little while. You know, it's a large cushion and a lot going on there, a lot of different colors. And I'm at the bottom here. So within this area here, I'm trying to think maybe minimum to maximum of some sort, stitching in order. And today, I am going to complete it. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I don't think there are that many stitches, maybe just slightly over 200-ish. So I think it's doable with the time we have on this Friday. So I'm going to zoom into this area here and complete. And you can probably tell from the chart, it's not too confetti. Not too confetti, because the way I'm stitching, I have taken care of those colors. They were slightly lower number counts, you know, for instance, like 2 stitches and stuff like that. I probably work my way up if I recall. So today I'm looking to complete this area, okay? And I'm being optimistic, I know. But if I get to complete this area and have some time still, then I'm planning to move to the second area, and I'll tell you where it is when we get there. Okay, so this is my plan today. My plan is to finish this area, and you will bring a really nice finish to the bottom of this cushion here. Okay, so this is my plan. And what's your plan today then? Let me know. Oh, I just clicked myself out. Here we go. So let me come back to my fabric here and bring on my app view as well, so you can pick out all my mistakes. Okay, this is what it's for. So you can flash the you know, fudgy emoji there, or even worse, the green one. Oh dear. Here we go. So I'm going to start with the first color here to warm up these little hands. Okay, so here we go. Let me just move it into position. So it's just here. It doesn't look too bad. I think I can complete it. I think I can complete it. Well, everybody's having some sort of snowstorm. My goodness. And please stay warm and stay safe, you know. And if you need to evacuate, and make sure you grab your emergency stitching kit. Okay, it's important. It's absolutely important to bring your at least one whip, and you know, you need to have something in your emergency bag, and to make sure that you can keep stitching, even when you're in hiding from disasters. You know, priorities in life, okay? So let's go. So I'm using DMC Floss, and 1/1. Nice and easy here. All right then, so let's have a look and see what, let me check the setting here. I want to go automatic from minimum to maximum. I think that's what I'm going to do. Here we go. So Okay, so to start off, even the minimum number of stitches from within this area is 26 stitches. So I think I'm gonna be flying. I think I'm gonna be flying. I just saw a really interesting question. Chelsea's asking Brittany, if you don't mind me asking, why 40 counts? I think it's Brittany's doing 40 counts like a fiend. Yes, Chelsea, our answer for Brittany, okay? Brittany's gonna go because I can. Because I can. Here we go. So let me pick my first color here. And it's 730. It's a green, beautiful. Hey, Lakika, good to see you. And Becky is here as well. If I haven't said hello to you, any of you, I'll get to you, okay? It's me, not you. So let me just start with a few stitches here to warm up. And we'll take it from there. Yes, you know, today, I know quite a few of you are starting your holiday break. And I kind of am as well, even though I still have classes till January, but quite not that many. So I'm kind of in a very relaxed mood as well. It's nice to have some time to have some space and you know, do more things I love doing. You know, like yesterday, I told you that I bought a laminator because my CXC floss cards, they're falling apart. I was loading too much floss on each card. So what I'm going to do, now armed with the laminator, I'm gonna recreate my floss cards. I'm gonna add some improvements of my template, and I'm going to create a new set, a brand new set for CXC, and depends on how it goes, I might do the same for the other set as well. You know, new year, new floss organizers, and hopefully with little lamination, they're gonna last for a long time, much longer than just cardboard. Even though they're you know, even just cardboards, they're relatively sturdy. But now it's going to be indestructible, and I'm very excited. It's nice to do a little bit of organizations, right? It's therapeutic. It's a beautiful green here. 26 stitches to start with. I'm flying. And let's have a look. Lizzie says, reading allows you to discover worlds in wardrobes, to fly magic carpets, to meet wise men and even wise women, go on adventure. And a zoologist, winter actor reading is adventure. Lizzie, I'd love to know what you're reading, okay? That sounds like an adventure. Yes. I used to read more books, sort of regular books, and then even though I stopped buying physical books, I still kind of read ebooks. But the recent years, to be honest, first of all, is probably I have not really explored sort of what books are available over there, and also I really love videos. So I tend to be drawn to documentaries more than books. I know they're not the same. I understand it's not the same. Something about reading is very kind of in your own world, even though, and the documentary, you're kind of following someone else's lead. I get it. But yes, I'm kind of a documentary junkie, to be honest. So if I had time, and also by watching or just listening, I'm able to do some stitching as well, or other things, you know. I don't have to sit down and just read. My concentration level is probably not sufficient to sustain that for too long. Brittany says, because I'm alien. Yes, exactly, Brittany. Brittany's like, because I can. I can see the stitches, so why not? This is regarding the 40 counts. Alien. And Ligda is joining us as well, so good to see you. Let me mark as I go. So I'm doing color completion. So I'm literally just go around and within 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This block is almost there. So about 3 blocks within this area, and just do completion from the color that's got a minimum number of colors and going up to maximum. And this is only something you can do when you have an app like Saga. Okay, so I think with Pattern Keeper you can kind of do that, but you have to do that for the entire project. You cannot localize just one area. So this is where Saga comes in. The Saga is doing very well. Okay, let me come up here. And I think this was initially why I wanted to try Saga, because I never could stitch like this before. The capability wasn't there. Oh, Sarah says, I got a text today from my son. I think they're expecting a child, isn't it? She says if the new baby isn't here by the 24th, they were induced on the 25th. Christmas baby, my goodness. But even 24th is Christmas Eve. That is really festive as well. And 6 is asking Yogi, what are the improvements you will make on your floss cards? Good question, 6. So I looked at my current, let me find my spot here. I look at my current template there. So some of you probably are aware they're free, available to you via Facebook. Okay, so it was a template on my floss cards that I'm using right now. Let me just show you what they look like now. So these are my original. This is the floss cards I'm using. So it's got punch holes there as a template. You could put in symbols as well, and you can manually write color numbers as well. And also guides that you can place a piece of felt where you can dock your needles or your remaining leftover threads. Okay, and it's been, to be honest, it's been working quite well. I printed the templates on cardboard, and this set, you know, DMC set, is working quite well. It's my CXC that's kind of falling apart. So the improvement 6, I think, at this point, I've already looked at the template and tweaked a few things already, and I'll test it out and see if it works fine. I am going to make the cards a little bit more condensed. I think I might be able to get away fitting 3 cards rather than 2 cards on a A4 page. And also I'm going to change the layout here a little bit, and also have numbers that you're able to just print out. So I'll probably create one for CXC and one for DMC, because a little bit different. So these are the 2 main sort of floss I'm using. So you will be able to print out just the numbers along with the cards without having to manually write down. So these are the immediate improvement I'm thinking about. So you know, just a lot less manual work. And also I was thinking about shrinking the the size of the punch hole. I quite like the 1 centimeter punch hole, so they're nice and generous. So what I'm thinking is I might keep a version like this with 1 centimeter punch holes, but I'll create one maybe slightly smaller, maybe 8 centimeters, some millimeters. I think smaller than that, they're a little bit, too snuggly for me. I don't like that. But I might reduce the punch holes to 8 millimeters and then be able to fit in a few more. So that's kind of my current, immediate kind of quick wins that I can think of. So, and if you have some thoughts, you let me know. It will help me to improve the cards. Let me have a look over here. Chelsea says, I love reading fantasy books like Harry Potter and stuff. I remember when I was reading for a little bit, I was either reading crime stories. So there's a pattern emerging. Either I was reading crime stories, I like thrillers, or I was reading more sort of, how do I put it, kind of spirituality related books. I read quite a few Eckhart Tolle's books, that kind of stuff. So I don't read those books like stories. I kind of use them like handbooks. If I need certain things, looking for, guidance on certain things, that I'll pick it up and look for those areas. So I'll read it through once and then just keep, using them almost like dictionaries. I just pick the parts that I need for that moment in time and read through it again. Let me have a look. 2, 1, 2. Here. Lineker is also here. Hello, Yogi and Stitches. Hope you're okay. Say hello to Lineker. Welcome. Travis says, I love listening to audiobooks at work. I pack bags of dog food all day, so it's nice to escape in an audiobook as long as the narrator does not put me to sleep. Yes, I think anything audio I do enjoy as well. I listen to podcasts, and a lot of podcasts nowadays also have visual, but a lot of times I just listen, and, between, if I'm waiting for classes, sometimes I wait in the studio and I'll put something on and just listen to it. So, you constantly, I feel like I'm constantly absorbing something and learning something. So time is not wasted. Yes, I think audiobook is a tricky one because it really depends on the voice of the person reading it. I like books that's read by the author. I'm doing less well when it's read by a voice actor or a professional reader. You know what I mean? Oh, I've got a cup of coffee here as well. Let me take a sip. I think my voice is quite okay today so far. Let me have a look. And Chelsea says, I go back and forth between audiobooks and ebooks. I find my RA, that physical books can be painful to hold. Oh, RA, I'm guessing it's some sort of condition. Physical books, you don't have to hold it though. You can just place it somewhere on the surface, on your lap and stuff like that. But yeah, some people don't like ebooks because they feel like they like to be able to touch the books. I kind of get that, but you know, for me, books take up a lot of space, and I used to have big bookshelves with books everywhere, and now I don't really. I've got all my ebooks on my devices. So I have 4 more stitches here with 730. So I am 730. So I am going to pick one more. 730. Nuala says, I find speeding audiobooks up a bit helps with the one that are a little dull at times. But Nuala, why would you read anything that you find dull? You know, you find boring, unless it's like textbook. And Nuala also says, Yogi, would you glue the felt directly to the laminated cards or have them come off the ends so you can still put your needle through? Very good question, actually, because currently I'm gluing my felt on top of the paper. My plan is to glue it on top of the laminated surface. I think it should work. I'm using fabric glue, and I'll test it, but I think it should work. And I like the fact that it's just, you know, it's firmly glued on top of the cards. And with a new design, I think I'll need less felt because the felt area is a little bit shorter, a little bit narrower. So, and I think the fact that if I don't have to manually write the numbers, it will speed up a lot more because it took a little bit of work to write the numbers, and sometimes you get it wrong, you know, and you have to correct it. It's a little bit messy, so I'm going to make it part of the template. Let me see, 3. There's one more hiding somewhere there. Oh, on the other end. How naughty. Just 1 stitch at the other corner. 6 says, nice quick wins. I was going to make me a master set for DMC 1 and for CXE. Have no experience with master set yet. Guess I'll wait on your improved PDF. Yes, definitely. It shouldn't take long. I might be able to release that version in the next few days. So stay tuned. You know, it's always safer if I create it for myself first and use it for a couple of days and knowing that everything kind of all works, than before I send it out, release it into the jungle. Here we go. Yes, the first color done, 7:30. 7:30. Chelsea explains, all right. Rheumatoid arthritis. I probably butcher those words. I'm terrible with medical conditions. Yes. But I think if you know, you know. Right, so the wrist problems, I presume. Okay, done. Second color. Oh, nice and red. Very nice. 817. A17, A17. Oh, this is interesting. It doesn't make sense. I see. It reminds me that I did not kit up this one. I think when I got this pattern, I had already started using master set. And look at this, A17. It's not on my set. So this is the first time I have come across this color. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Or maybe I finished it because I have other stitches that I used this color. I think I just used it up, so it's not brand new. Okay, let me grab it from my drawer there. A17. Yes, I thought I was, you know, I'm pretty sure that I have had A17. So I'm taking out of my from my drawer. I've got a DMC drawer here. So let me zoom out a little bit. So a little bit of impromptu floss up here. So I've got a drawer. There's wooden drawer ones. I'm very lucky to have a set there. So I am going to find A17. I think I ran out. I'm pretty sure I had it before. A17. I've got A15. So it's a red. I hope I have it. Oh yes, A1. Oh, I was looking at the wrong place. A17. Yes, got it. Here we go. Bright red. So I'll probably pull out all the remaining ones. There's not much left. I'm going to just cut it. Let me just quickly measure it. Callan says, I prefer physical goods, but with the baby, it's just not realistic. So I use Kindle and audiobooks, but I'm super picky because I don't like most narrators. Yes, I'm really picky with voice as well. If I don't like the voice, I don't care about the content. Just no chance of me listening to the person. But it's a bit of a gamble because I suppose you can probably listen to kind of a test, can't you? Like a sample. So I'm going to cut my A17 into the length I want. This bit will be a little bit longer, doesn't matter. A17. Yes, I'm you know, it's kind of a physical reaction. If I don't like the voice, I just cannot do it. Very nice. Okay, A17 is ready. It's bright red, really exciting. Let's have a look. Sig says, do you still need the felt area when you use your parking board? I use the felt area for different things. So currently, my needle boards are dedicated to single strand projects. So I've got a board for the DMC and one board for CXC. So those are master boards, and I only dog needles of with single thread, single strand on it, and for the master set, the actual organization organizer. So it depends. Sometimes I have spare ones, maybe duplicate of colors that I just want to leave the end bits here. So a lot of them are dogged without needles. So these are maybe duplicated colors. I don't dog more than one needle of a single color on my master set, on my needle board. So it's up to individuals to we've got Spooky Bingo. Suzanne, A17, yeah! Susan Barn, first Spooky Bingo of the day. I've been missing Spooky Bingo. I think we have one yesterday. Yes, congratulations, Susan Barnes. You're the first spooky bingo person today. Yes, this beautiful Friday. So it's up to you to do it. If you have a needle board and you're happy with that, you don't ever need to dog your needles on the felt. You can do it without felt. You don't need a felt. You can just leave it. And but currently, I'm using the felt for a double strand, and one user case is spare ones. That's duplicate from I already have on the needle board, right? So I don't dog with the needles. And with my CXC, I actually dot needles that's got 2 strands. So for my 10 stitches projects, for instance, there was a double strand, and so I do not dot them on my board. I dot them on the organizer, if that makes sense. So it's up to you how you want to organize it. There's no right or wrong. If you don't need the felt part of the organizer, you don't need to attach the felt. So stitchers decide. Suzanne says, I love Kindle. It's so easy on the eyes, and the paper white has such a nice felt on the surface. Yes, I think Kindle also has a version that's very close to papers, like real papers, but it's digital, right? But that's a different type, well, a different model, I'm guessing. I think if you read a lot and you do not want the glare or gloss from the regular tablet, then you can get one of those. Suzanne says, I got a master set template on Etsy. It's really nice. I didn't like using it though. So why is it nice but you don't like it? Let me see if I can turn off the symbol. I've been doing this quite a lot recently. I just turn off the symbols of the stitched area. It just cuts the visual clutter a little bit more. It's a little bit cleaner. 1, 2, 3, 4. Suzanne says, I'm doing extreme minimum to max. Why is it extreme? Explain. Are you doing it in a large area? That could make it extreme. Travis says, the one audiobook series I has all the male point of view proof read by the husband, and all the male POV read by his point of view read by his wife, really bring the book to life. So it's more like acting, really, voice acting. You know, one of those radio drama, BBC radio drama. So paper white is the kind of really paper-like screen. Yes, it's probably a lot easier for the eyes, isn't it? So Suzanne, so you don't like the floss card format? The one I'm using. Oops. Hang on. Look away, look away. Only one leg, doesn't count. I spotted it first. Yes. Okay, no fudgy, okay, no fudgy. Oh, yes. It's not even reverse stitching. It's only one leg, okay? It doesn't count. Ooh, that was close. So Suzanne is having all the remaining area of her work, of her piece. That's 5,000 stitches and start with minimum. Okay, so color completion. 5,000, that's like 50 blocks, right? 50 boxes. Yes, that's a little bit extreme. A little bit extreme. I'm struggling with this method. If there's more than, I think the largest area I've done using this method was, I think it's 3 by 4 or something like that. So it's less than 20 blocks, and I was struggling. It was just too vast for me. I kept making mistakes. So maybe about 4 to 6 is my sweet spot for this method. Oh, and now you're 18 stitches. So you've taken care of all the really loose ones. That's a good feeling, isn't it? Because it's not going to be, kind of playing hide and seek with those ninja stitches. Jeanine says, I need to get a master set. It would be much easier when stitching and switching whips. Absolutely. That's the joy of having master set. I can literally just swap different projects without having to do anything, unless I'm switching floss type. Otherwise, but then again, it's only between DMC and CXC, and my Gecko Rouge. 3 different ones. Suzanne. Merciless, Suzanne. No need to bring Fudgy into this conversation, okay? I think I've taken care of it. I've taken care of it. Jeanine says, right now I have card sets for each whip, which work fine with 3 whips I had now, but now I have about 10. It's a struggle. Yes, prior to having maybe more than, I'm trying to think, maybe more, when I had sort of less than 5, you know, I think you can get away with having each set for each project. But it's still quite a lot of hassle, isn't it? The time I spend to kit up a project. And also you have to split all your floss into individual to different sets. It's very hard to gauge how much, you know, when you need to top up a certain color. So it just gradually turned into a little bit of a mess. And yes, I never look back since I have a master set. It's just so easy. There were also occasions when I used to have separate sets for each project. There were times that I grabbed the wrong set and start stitching, because at that time I wasn't so much checking the floss numbers. I was looking at symbols. I was very kind of symbol kind of person, very visual. And so there are times that different sets, but they have very similar or identical symbols. So yes, I have stitched the wrong colors before. I just got the wrong set and then just look at the symbols and start stitching. And it was a little bit of a mess. So, you know, with DMC numbers, it's more clear that way. So I kind of stopped looking, you know, incorporating symbols on my organizers and just look at DMC, and also have a master set. So I don't have to worry about making mistakes. Clara says, I need to make one for DMC too, except will bobbinade. I'm sure between all my bobbins leftovers from previous finished whips, I might just have enough for full set ready. Yes, if you like bobbins, then stick with bobbins. I think every stitcher has their own sort of, you know, favorite methods. Just stick with those. I think Gemma stitches, for instance, she uses envelopes. She just has, you know, God knows, maybe 500 envelopes, and each one with a number, and she organizes them into different containers and just pull them out accordingly. That's one way of doing it as well, if you like it. For me, it's probably, you know, too much work, but, you know, if you like it, why not? If it works for you. Susan Barnes says, just post the pictures of my projects that I'm doing now. Holiday cats, retired pattern from Hade. Oh, holiday cats. Cats are, well, they don't work, so every day is holiday for them, for sure. Holidays are for people who are, you know, who have to work, and you're having a holiday. They're taking a holiday from having holidays. And also tomorrow, Saturday, right? We're having our Aimee Stewart style. But before that, I think I'll be doing a stream, whip parade stream. So it's going to be, I think I'll just pull out a few projects. I kind of have some idea how I want to do it in terms of, order. And it would be nice to go kind of give you a little bit more sort of details on each project in more depth. And for myself as well, because I rarely stop and kind of think about my journey with each project as well. So it would be quite nice. And we'll probably do that just slightly before our regular salt time, and have a little break, and then carry on with our Aimee salt. So that's the plan for tomorrow. Colors are so vibrant and beautiful. And once this bit is finished, that's the base of the cushion there. It will look, quite complete. I can't wait. Been working on this, this cushion for a little bit now. Oh, hang on. Have I? Is that it? 5. Okay, I finished another color. I didn't know that. Lovely. And, oh, here we go. 666. Dun, dun, dun. 666 has arrived. And it's all around this area, so it'd be quite easy to stitch. It'd be very easy. Janine says, I've grabbed the wrong set before too. Yes, I think when there's more than 3, things start to get a little bit, iffy. 666. Let me grab a new strand. And also questions for those who are familiar with lamination. When you laminate something, right, do you cut out whatever you're trying to laminate first? Or do you, for instance, A4 sheet, do you laminate the entire sheet and then cut? Which one is better? Suzanne says, I tried the envelopes and, as well, but I couldn't do it. I really like my floss drops. Yes, you should stick to the method that you like most. Because I don't think there's one method that works for everybody. Prior to that, prior to the master set, prior to using floss cards, I was using a lot of Paco, those organizers. I've got maybe 12 of them lying around right now, and but they were okay for smaller projects. But as the number of colors grow with each project, they just become more and more fiddly, and they take up a lot of space as well. And so even if you're able to fit the entire DMC set on all the organizers, you probably, I don't know how many you need. I think each organizer is like 50 colors, so you need about 10 of them lying about just to maintain a master set. So it wasn't really doable. It wasn't realistic, practical to do. So I had to find different ways to do it. And prior to that, to be honest, I was using bobbins as well, because I came from stitching dimensions, and dimensions, you know, I don't know whether they came in bobbins as well, dimensions. So I kind of just used those. I didn't know you could have something like a floss card. Prior to that, prior to the whole full coverage situation, I didn't even know that you could have floss cards. So I kind of just learn as I go. Hey, Kristen. Oh, sorry, Aimee. Great to see you, Aimee. What are we stitching today? A kitty? Black on black. That would be my recommendation for Aimee. Travis says, Marek says hi to everyone. Hello, Marek. Are you here to see Yogi? Hey, you know, do you like this cushion? It's very colorful, isn't it, Marek? Marek is Travis's newborn, okay? Well, it's not a cat. It's not a cat. It's not dolly time. Yes. There you go. And Marek is going to grow up and become a super jigsaw player, and also a stitcher as well. Maybe specialize in Pokemon. Specialize in Pokemons just like his dad. Oh, Marek is going to be very busy. Very busy. Suzanne says, I looked that up, and you laminate a whole sheet and cut it. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That probably makes it a little bit easier. Hopefully, when you cut, it's not going to loosen the coating, right? It shouldn't. I'm hoping. Never used it before. Patty, hello. Patty Bear says, cut the paper to the size you want and put it in a lamination pouch. You need an edge of the plastic lamination all around piece you're laminating to seal it. Oh, really? So if I laminate and then cut it, does the coating peel off? I was kind of wondering one way or the other. So what about if I laminate a whole sheet, right, and then cut, and then run the floss card through and laminate it again? Can I do that? I'm just thinking about the easiest way of doing it. Thank you, Patty. Callan says, I currently use bobbins and kind of hate them. Yes, well, I came from using bobbins before I discovered floss card. But once I discover organizers like Paco, and then later on floss cards, I just cannot do bobbins anymore. It's just so much work. And also, you know, the threads kind of have kinks to them. It's just, yes, it's just too fiddly. And I don't know how you manage color changes though. And where do you put your leftover threads? It just, yes, it doesn't really make sense to me. Diana Smith says, hi all, Yogi, could you please explain the difference between quick stitch mini and SK Story Keep? The pros and cons of each, I find it confusing. I think the whole chat can probably chime in on that one. I'm not that familiar with Story Keep. I don't think I ever done one. I just know that they're kind of bookmark shape, but not quite bookmark size. Depends on the stitch count, I'm guessing. But quick stitch, okay, so the regular, let's start with regular, right? So regular size is what I'm stitching here. That's the default size for Heaven and Earth. So all these terms are Heaven and Earth specific. They're not, relating to other chart creators. These are, let me just highlight this one so everybody can see what so this is from Diana. Yes, these are good questions for particularly if you're new to Heaven and Earth, right? Because some of you could be stitching for a long time but only come across Heaven and Earth very, very recently. So if you think about regular size to start with, and then we can compare the differences between these versions. So the default size for Heaven and Earth will be regular size. Okay, and then we can talk about colors a little bit. Let's just stick with the sizes. And so mini is a smaller version of the regular size. The regular size, I don't know how many pages, but the minis I've got so far, there are about 9 pages of the Heaven and Earth pages. So page size is not a standard thing. It's an arbitrary definition. So the number of stitches involved will vary. Depends on which, chart creators we're talking about. But for Heaven and Earth, mini is about 9 pages. And regular sizes, I think there are a certain range of number of size. I think the width, you guys can probably chime in on what regular number of stitches are involved. So you have the regular, you have mini, which is a smaller version of the full design, right? So if you look at my markup, for instance, a mini version will look very similar in terms of markup, but just smaller. So they're charted differently, of course, accordingly. And maybe a little bit less details, but depends on the design. Some might work really well. So I have quite a few mini versions as well. So less stitches, maybe a little bit less details, but it doesn't mean it's less beautiful. So it's up to you. And then you have QS. QS is quick stitch. Quick stitch, and do not be fooled by the name. There's nothing quick about it. Quick stitch would be, let me show you with my app here. Maybe I can explain a little bit more. So, for instance, this is my 4-piece, right? My 4-piece here. Let me just move this now so you can see it. So, for instance, my 4-piece here. So mini version will capture pretty much the whole image, just smaller. And this is regular size. Quick stitch, it really depends. I think because Heaven and Earth is working based on request. So if you do request a quick stitch, I think the person making the request might go, well, I would like to have an area that captures the kitties and also the view outside the window. There might be a standard sort of size for quick stitch. I think it's for Heaven and Earth to determine that. But basically, it's a cropped out version of a image. So it's smaller because of it's cropped out, not because it's shrunk. So mini is kind of a shrunk version, and quick stitch is a cropped out version. So for instance, you just want this, for instance. That's one possibility. I just want to stitch kitties and the reindeer outside. So this could be a version of quick stitch. Okay, so that's quick stitch. And as far as I know, Heaven and Earth is not cropping the chart. So they're not taking my chart here and then do a crop. They're cropping out the actual illustration, the artwork, and then they chart accordingly. You guys, you can correct me if I'm not correct. I don't think it's a cropped of a chart. It's a cropped of a piece of artwork, and then they chart accordingly. So you probably get the best results that way. And then which one was that? Story Keep. I think Story Keep is a version of Quick Stitch. It's just different shape. It's even smaller. It may be maybe less than 3 pages. I'm not too sure, guys. If you know, help out Diana there. So these are the main version. In terms of pros and cons, I think the biggest consideration is probably between regular and mini, because Quick Stitch, I think you can still get a lot of definition, because it's basically a cropped out version. It's not being shrunk. It's the shrinking of the chart that probably you might lose some details. It depends on the charts and whether you mind not having super high def finish. Some, quite a lot of design probably work quite well with mini, like landscapes and that kind of stuff. So the pros and cons would be whether you want super high def finish or you're happy to have it quite loose and, in terms of the finish. I mean, a lot of minis can still capture quite a lot. So I would say, generally, if an image has a lot of small objects, you probably want to go for the larger sizes rather than small. But if it's a general landscape, it's kind of a, maybe more stylized artwork, then, mini can be quite nice as well. And also, how soon do you want to finish it? That's probably a consideration as well, if you're, if you mind that kind of things. So yes, let's have a look to see what the chat says. Oh, quite a lot of comments regarding the lamination. I'll definitely get to them. Hang on, I'm just looking, see if anybody chimed in on the different sizes. Lizzie says, I don't understand why it's called Quick Stitch then. As you said, there's nothing quick about it. But then again, maybe you don't like mini either, because it's not mini. It's just more mini comparing to other stitches. I wouldn't get mad about the names. It's more of, I think it's mini in relation comparing to the regular size. So if you look at the regular size as the default position where, Heaven and Earth is coming from, and then you compare to the other versions. So in comparison, yes, it's mini comparing to regular, even though it's not quick or mini. You're quite right. Okay, so I hope, Diana, that helps you a little bit. In terms of which one, pros and cons, really, it's the amount of details, and also number colors do come into it as well. So, I think all sizes potentially can have regular number of colors, which is about 90, or max colors, which can be up to 240. And there's another one in between as well. It's called color expansion. Color expansion is about, I think it's about 150-ish. So these are, kind of done based on request. I think you can have different combination. I only very recently realized that you can have max color mini as well. So I think if someone requested that version, they were charted accordingly. So it really depends. So I hope that helps. Susan says you need to seal the edges, otherwise it won't work. Cut off the piece, then laminate with a proportion of laminate pouch showing around the edges, the edge to seal it. Okay, so you need the plastics to kind of come together, the plastic seal to finish the edges. Oh, that's a lot of work, isn't it? And I like my life easy. Susan, are you free for the next couple of days to help me do the lamination and cutting? I'm kidding. Okay then, I'll see how it goes. And Kathy says, I use floss cards to organize, but since I don't have a laminator, they rip up so easily. But to be honest, Cassie, let me show you my set here. So I'm using paper. These are not laminated at all. These are just cardboard. So I'm not using A4, regular A4 paper. They're not super thick either. You can put them through a regular printer. So I'll find out the weight as well, but it's not super thick. But this set I've been using, DMC set, I've been using for over 2 years. They're fine. They're fine. And to be honest, the CXC is broken, not because of the cardboard being weak. They're because I abused it. I load up too much floss. So, and also, you know, I think that set is kind of made around the same time as this, maybe slightly before. I think I had a CXC set before DMC. And so that set is a little bit older as well. But other than that, you know, it's still quite good. Look at the condition of the DMC set. After 2 years, it's still perfect. And I use it every day, pretty much every day. So maybe use cardboard. I don't know what paper you do your floss cards from. And also, I have to say, maybe because I strengthen my cards with felt, maybe it helps as well. I don't know. Aimee says, I'm working on a very color piece called Arabic Princess. I finished a small full coverage today. Really? Aimee? You finished the full coverage? Oh dear. Which one? Yes. Tell me it's not a stamp size, okay? That doesn't count. No, I'm kidding. Even the stamp size counts. Alison Rainey says, cut your cards to size you want and space the pouch to create edge around the cards. If you do one whole sheet and cut, will end up with pockets. Oh, really? And you cannot laminate a lamination. It may stick, really? So once it's laminated, I can't run it through again? Oh, I thought that may strengthen it. I see. So once it's laminated, you can't run it through to make it stronger. And also my laminator has a cold setting as well. When do you use the cold setting then? You know, I'm complete newbie with the lamination. It's a new toy for me. So I have no idea what I'm doing. So when do you use the cold setting? Peggy, hello Peggy. Peggy says, do you store your floss cards? I've seen some boxes and they seem really messy. Do you mean floss cards or bobbins? So I use floss cards and I just buy them together. Okay, so those of you never seen my my sets before. So I print out individual floss cards. I stick a piece of felt on top for however you want to use it. Okay, you can dot the threads or needles. And then I bind them together like a book. I just use a metal ring. You can get those, any type of metal kind of, you know, rings that you could, large enough to bind the whole thing together. Let me show you the sides there. So can you see that? So I basically just, clip the whole thing together. And then at the bottom, I'm borrowing from the idea from a floss tuber called Stitching Masterpieces. She came up with a really clever idea. Just use a Ziploc bag and just pop the whole thing, because at the bottom you can use the set as it is without the bag, okay, but the threads might get slightly grubby or dirty, and so to protect the floss, so this is kind of an option. You don't have to do it, because I was using without the bag for a long time, but I did notice, I was slightly worried the wear and tear of the floss at the bottom there. So since then, since I discovered her idea, I just pop everything into a bag and just bind it together. This is a hack, okay? Literally, I just punch a hole and run the rings through and bind the whole thing together. It's nice and tidy. That's it. So I don't need a box. When I'm not using it, occasionally, if I remember, I pop it into a bag, okay? Other than that, most of the times they're out there on the shelf or something, and they're fine. They're fine. So it's quite easy in terms of, the things I have to do for it. Let me take another strand of 666. Dun, dun, dun. Or would be scary if I get spooky bingo at this point. 666. Janine says, I tried to make a master set using the bobbin plastic thing and put them on big binder rings. That doesn't work out for me. So you bobbinate them and then try to bind them together. Oh. Let me see. Janine says, I made my own quick stitch versions. Right, Janine, do you just crop out a certain area of a chart? Oh, I wouldn't be so daring. I'm too scared. I've got a few more stitches. 28 more. Have I? Oh, these ones I haven't marked yet. I've got 6 more of 666. 6 more stitches of 666, guys. Done. Twilight Zone music. Oh, hang on. This is all very confusing. I do have a little bit of leftover thread here. I forgot. What is going on? Patty says you need plastic against plastic to create a seal. I haven't tried running it through the laminator a second time. Some materials might be different than paper, but not sure. Aimee says, I might call my pieces that I cut kitties out quick stitches. Oh, it's more like quick, I don't know. Yes, Aimee is not the biggest fan of kitties. Okay, so just a heads up there, just in case, because we're a group here, we love kitties, doggies, but there's some stitches, they're allergic to cute kitties. So Aimee is known to crop out kitties from artwork, from charts. I ask you, I know, but we still love her, don't we? It's all right. We're forgiving as a group. We have fudgy, okay? We're compassionate, and Oh. But I'm not just, I'm just not bold enough to want to crop out a chart. I think if there are elements of a chart, I definitely do not want to stitch. I just don't do the chart. I just do something else. I don't like the idea of cropping. It's too scary. Too scary. And Patty is so clever. Patty says, I created pockets by cutting the laminated items below a sealed edge. Do you mean you glue the bottom edges of a laminated item to create like a pocket? Oh, that's way too advanced. I don't think, I haven't even started doing the first piece ever. I'm a lamination virgin, okay? Go easy. It's too advanced. Too advanced. Travis says, roads are now getting closed around where I live. Has to stay at her dad's place in the next town over. It's bad out here. Oh, so do you have to evacuate? Wow, that's really bad. And it's only December. The winter has just started. And stay safe, the whole family. And this is the first snow for Marek as well. How special. You know, I've seen videos of cats seeing snow for the first time. They just don't know what to do. But they're so excited. They're so curious. All right. 666. Going back. Suzanne says, before I did my floss cards, I actually Googled, and it says cut them after laminating is better that way. After they're laminated. So, Suzanne, have you got your cards laminated? So if you actually done it and it was okay, then it's probably okay to do, right? Because it's going to make it easier rather than, try to cut the cards and then run them through, trying to line them up. A01, 51 stitches, my goodness. A01, A01. Lizzie says, are CXE heavier than DMC? What do you mean by heavier? You mean weight? I wouldn't think so. I don't know. Here we go. It's a bit of green, a brown actually. This is brown. Janine says, oh no, going to Walmart for a bit. Again, Janine, is her husband's idea. Is he short of whatever thingy that he needs to get from Walmart? Janine's husband is very fond of Walmart, okay? So he's going to come back with trolleys of stuff. Very dangerous. And Janine, make sure you get some, things you like as well, some stitchy things maybe. Amira says, hello everyone on this unusual early time for Friday. Amira. Amira, you know what's happening? Because till January, the remaining Fridays are going to be around this time because my classes are on hold till January, the evening ones, because everybody's going away on holiday. So the studios are holding these classes until January. So we're able to start a little bit early, okay? So make sure to be here on time for the class. Janine says, yes, I crop out what I want and put several together. Several together? Lila Alice, I'm doing now. Hang on, Janine. So not only that you crop out certain areas of a chart, you combine multiple cropped out charts together in one piece. Is that what you're saying? Oh dear. And Jacqueline says, no more kitting of projects for me. I recently transferred all my floss drops to organizers from Amazon, $25 for 40, lay now in 2 bags within easy reach of my stitchy spot. Yes, master set is beautiful. It's a great idea. And also it's very easy to figure out when you need to top up, you know, top up certain color as well. It's very easy to track. Nuala says, so would a mini in max colors give you the best resolution? Because if it has the whole chart in a smaller size but has all the colors, well, Nuala, that's really that's a very good question. It really depends. It really depends. I mean, Heaven and Earth, they're extremely masterful with their charting. So all charts, to be honest with you, regular colors or minis, they all come out beautifully. But I wouldn't say more colors are necessarily better. It's really up to the chart creator's skill, right? Capturing all the details at the right spot. So it depends. But you're quite right. More colors in a smaller area. First of all, if you enjoy a little bit of confetti, okay, Nuala, and like you and I, it's going to be confetti heaven, because you have 240 colors in a 9-page area, right? So in theory, more confetti, maybe. At times it translates into more details, but then again it's up to the chart creator's skill, isn't it? So it's not a guarantee. But when it comes to Heaven and Earth, perhaps, I don't know. You know, I've heard of people requesting max colors for mini, so maybe I need to try them out. I don't know, to find out. But even if you compare regular colors, you know, of regular size versus mini, in theory, yes, mini, you have 90 colors. Regular colors have 90 colors in a much larger area. So it really depends, I think. Michelle Fuller, hello, hello. Oh, Travis, I bet Marek is so fascinated by the snow, you know? Brittany says 99, hello. 99. Beth says, replying to Nuala's question, she says, you lose the definition in a mini, no matter how many colors has minis or basically recreation of an image with fewer pixels, so we lose details and resolution. Yes, it's a very good comparison to pixels on the screen, image versus cross-stitching charts, because ultimately we're creating pixels to build a picture, right? So yes, in theory, less pixels, you have less space and stitches to capture details. Yes, in theory that would be, but then again, it's really it really depends on the how it's charted, isn't it? Because I have seen really great details being captured with very few stitches. So for instance, I've been stitching on the Christmas house too, and I recently, last couple of sessions, I've been working on the teddy bear section, and the teddy bear on the chart literally was charted within about 10 by 10 square, and you can see a teddy bear right there. So it's really it depends on how it's charted, whether some care is being put into capturing details. You don't necessarily need tons and tons of stitches to show something. It's the quality of the arrangement of the pixels, I'm guessing. But in general, as a rule, yes, I think Bess is correct. Hey, Andreas. Andrea says, hello, I made it. Just got home from hand surgery. Everybody's having hand surgery. Left hand is still numb. Oh, Andrea, yes, you mentioned that you were going to have the surgery. I hope everything's okay, and hopefully it's going to recover very soon so you can start stitching like a crazy person, like you should. All right? It's mandatory. Mandatory. Yes, you have to stitch. Yes, I'm glad it's over, so you can start recovering. Patty says there may be difference between lamination device and the pouches. Mine will separate if there is not a thin edge sealed around the edges. Oh, that complicates things a little bit. So how do I know my... Maybe I should just give it a try. Yes, how do I know if my my machine is going to handle that? I think I can probably do a test to see if I can relaminate, laminated thingy. I want to find a way that's easiest, because I might do more sets, for the DMC as well. Lizzie says, loving the way the cushion looks. It really does. The appearance of velvet patchwork cushion. I can just imagine resting my head on the sofa. I know, it is, isn't it? Because, and also, proportionally, this cushion is actually quite large. If you look at the full picture, the full mock-up, this cushion is taking a fair amount of space there. It's bigger than two kitties combined on the left there, right? And but also there's so much detail. I think this piece is really benefited with the max colors. Can you see the subtlety around the squares? Not just the different colors, the gradients. You can see the seams running through it with patchwork type of projects. there's additional, you know, thread going through there, and it's all captured with this chart. It's so beautiful. Let me move it over here so you can see a little bit better. See you later, Nuala. Oh, Susan says, Yogi, relay instructions. Be careful. You might screw the machine up by trying to put it through twice. Oh, but would the instruction tell me whether I could run it through twice, though? Hang on. Let me have a look. So, this is the one I've got. It doesn't have a very clear brand. So this is what I've got here. All right, let me have a look. Would it tell you though? Will it tell you whether you could run it through twice? So this is the one I've got. Let me just close this one for now so you can see. So there isn't a clear brand. It's called Laminator, just like Terminator, the Terminator. Okay, and it says A4 size. Yeah, it's quite a simple machine, I think. I watched a YouTube channel, not YouTube channel, YouTube video of a very similar model. Avoid the wrong way of lamination. Let's have a look. Do not use empty film to laminate. Okay, with nothing in between. The pouches from the front, close end first. That's fine. So it's kind of like a sandwich. It's attached on one edge. So not from the open side. Pay attention to the position. Do not put it at an angle. Okay. Please choose the right size of pouch. Fair enough. Do not connect the pouches. Okay, try to glue them together like a train. Do not cut open the pouches. But why is that though? It shouldn't matter, right? Shouldn't cut open the pouches. Do not use the deformed to use to the pouches. What does that mean? Oh, so if it's faulty somehow, if it's not, no oversized photos. It doesn't say do not run across twice. Place the pieces, the papers, but these are not really the same user case I've got. Patty says, when I first bought mine, I did several tests and had some failure when first laminating where seal didn't occur. Real instruction manual, it should help you to know what to do. Yes, I don't know if it actually says something. Okay. Okay, not intended by children. Fine. What about kitties? No kitty. It's not intended for kitties. It doesn't say anything about putting it through twice, does it? Wrap cord, do not unplug and laminator when not in use. It doesn't say anything about that. So yes, it's quite a simple machine. It's literally just that. So these are just different languages. That's it. It doesn't say anything regarding running the laminated thing through it. And also, I don't know whether anyone replied to my question about cold setting. Why would you need the cold setting? What is it for? It's not a hairdryer. You can have hot and cold, and you know, different strength of. 1, 2, 3. Clara says, were you awake during your surgery, and did the surgeon allow you to see he was doing on a monitor? Oh, one of my thumbs tendon needs to be cut. Oh, ouch. So it's not a full body sort of. They didn't put you to sleep for that. I don't know about watching that while you're being operated, Clara. That's pretty hardcore. Patty says, make sure if you do a full sheet that you put it in straight. Jammed my arm and wasn't straight, and it went crooked. Yes, I've never done it, so I'm going to be very nervous. And oh, Patty say, look at the previous page. It tells you what a call button is for. Oh, see, I don't read, you see. Where does it say that? Previous page. Oops, sorry. Let me zoom out a little bit so you can see too. Where does it say that? Code. I don't see anything regarding cold. There's a section that says hot cold button, right? Hot cold button. That's okay. I'll have a look. I'll have a look. So maybe different kind of lamination. I don't know. Yes, I'll have a read later on. All right. Let me see if I can complete this area today. That'll be quite nice. Travis says, I think after the kid go to bed tonight, I have a late night stitching session. Did you see my latest update, Yogi? Yes, I saw your video, yes. And it's interesting because some area you're stitching with block by block parking. So Travis is doing a lot of parking recently. Travis is a changed man, you know, from cross country, and now Travis is doing a lot of parking and do a bit of color flow as well. All right, Patty says page beside table of content. Oh, Patty can read, I can't. Okay, all right, okay. Page 1 then. Hang on. Just to share this with you so you can read as well. Maybe you want a laminator as well. Flip to hot, the light would turn red. Cold mode. Okay. Okay. I totally ignored this bit. Prepare compatible self adhesive laminating sheets. So they're different. Okay, so they're different kinds of sheets. Okay, I'm pretty sure the one I've got is kind of regular hot. So they're different kinds. Okay, so different kinds of pouches I'm guessing. So it's not included. Okay, so it's, should I just ignore that then? Because if I don't have it, I don't need to worry about it, right? So maybe different kinds of glue or coating that can only be done with the comb mode. Thank you, Patty. See, I need to learn how to read in order rather than jumping around. I normally, when I read, I just want to get to the bit that I'm looking for. I have no patience to just read through anything. I need to know basis, you see. I generally just ignore anything I don't need at that point. But sometimes you actually ignore things you need as well. So that's a problem. Ah, Patty says for self-adhesive lamination sheets. But if it's a gluing, okay, so it's just to press them together better, I'm guessing. It's not using the temperature to glue it together. It's already got glues. Oh, that makes sense. $18 stitches for this color. Let me move up a little bit. Lizzie says, I'm parking too, Yogi, even though I said I would never park my threads. Lizzie, what makes you want to park then? Yes, I remember you say you hated parking. What happened there? Susan, are you watching? Susan. You know, maybe it's time, Susan. Oh, hang on a second. I just remembered. I just remembered. Dolly is actually outside my bay window, and I need to open the window to let her in. Hang on a sec. Let me mute a little bit, okay? Oh, Dolly's in now. She's like going, what took you so long, Mummy? Have you forgotten about me? And yes, to be honest, I kind of forgot for a little bit. Do you want to say hello to everybody? Dolly, come on in. It's unofficial Dolly time. Hello. No. Yes. Here we go. It's Dolly time. Hello, babe. Come over here. Mummy, apologize. I'm so sorry. I forgot about you. Am I forgiven? Honey. Baby, come over here. Oh, now she's sulking now. She's sulking. Oh, passive aggressive. Dolly, do you want to come over here? So good, right? We're good? You're not mad? All right, then. Oh, she's gonna sulk for a little bit. She'll get over it. You know? It's that kind of relationship. She wins every time. I know it. Yes, I did make a point of trying to remember that she was outside. But I always forget. The worst mom in the world. You know, if I had a human child, I'd probably leave the child in Walmart or somewhere and just go, hey, where's my child? What happened? So it's probably a good job that I don't have a human child. Yeah. Oh, Patty says she looks like our Minzy we lost last year. Oh, yes. So Minzy was tuxedo kitty as well. I know. Dolly's a tuxedo kitty. Whoops. Okay, I need another strand of A01. 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 I've got 12 more stitches of this color. Yes, Travis, Dolly's ASMR purr. Yes, it's quite healing actually. Cat purr. Hello, babe. Now she's trying to get my attention. You know, when she's sulking, the best strategy is just leave her alone, and she's gonna come back and go, "What? Is that it?" And she's trying to be passive aggressive. But you know, I have my ways to deal with that. No, Dolly's. Hello, babe. Am I forgiven? Oh, yes. I think we're good now. We're good now. Okay. Those ones. Let's have a look. What is going on here? 2 more. Patty says, yes, she had extra toes on all paws. Wow, 6. I don't know how many paws. I should know by now. I have cats for a little while. Dolly, how many fingers? How many toes have you got? I think 4. I really don't know. I think they're 1, 2, 3, 4. How many toes cat have? I never thought about that. They have claws. Yes, they have 5, don't they? I should know. Travis says cat purring has been proven to reduce stress and anxiety. Yes, that's what I read as well. It's very healing. And cats actually use the purring to heal themselves as well. Sometimes cats purr when they're in pain. But even though Dolly's not in pain, okay? Dolly's purring for joy. But cats sometimes purr when they're in discomfort. And I think it's just their way to heal themselves with their own purr. Callan says, all throughout my pregnancy, my female cat was like glued to my chest, purring. She's back to not She's back to not caring. I'm guessing the baby's out. She's like going, well, my job is done. Now you're on your own. Oh, that's so sweet. And I've seen, quite a lot of videos of cats and babies together. They literally just guard the babies like their own kittens, trying to protect the babies. Sharon, hello. Sharon says, hello, everyone. Just popping in and see what's going on. Oh, a lot's been going on. I've been up since 3 a.m. and now I'm exhausted. Sharon, remind me, what time is it? Which time zone are you then? 3? Been up since 3 a.m. Yes, come join us. Feel relaxed. Probably fall asleep again. Who knows? One, two, three, four, five. 1. Hang on. Where am I? I think 2. The color transition is just so subtle and beautiful. Callan says, polyactile kitties. Lovely. Extra toe. So how many toes cat have? Dolly, how many toes have you got? Tell mummy. Callan says Yogi has been out for almost 9 months. All right, fair enough. So Kitty's like going, yeah, whatever. My job is done. Lizzie says, Yogi, reparking, your demonstration on the live explained it in a clear, concise manner that I could understand. Now I know what to do. I'm doing it. It's already helped with one of my webs. Which method of parking you're going for then? Are you doing the block by block parking or Gemma's method? I'm guessing block by block, right? I think that's a very good place to start. And I'm glad you gave it a try, because sometimes people have a sort of preconceived notion, no names, Susan, that parking is just a mess. It's not, because each individual part threads are there for a reason. That they're waiting for you, like a little doggy, just sitting there waiting for you. And they're there for a reason. It's just a different way of stitching. It's good fun. There's one more hidden somewhere there. Oh, the other side. That is just naughty. It's like all the stitches, 50 stitches, they're all here, and then there's one over on this side. It's like that, is it? All right, just one stitch over here. So Lizzie is doing block by block. Gemma's method involves too much math. It's not so much mathematical. I think Gemma's method is more, in a way, more up for interpretation, I think. And I totally get it. If I started off with Gemma's method, my brain would not be able to understand it. If I started parking with that method, but I started with block by block, which is, you know, which has clearer rules, sort of ground rules. As long as you follow those rules, you're good. And I think that's a really good, you know, great way to start parking if you want to try parking. Let me have a look. Let me part this back. A01. A01. And next color. Next color has got, I think I've got 2 more colors. So this one has got 56 stitches. And you know what happens? Once you get to the last color, you're literally flying through, you know, the fabric, just stitching the areas still not stitched yet. So it's super easy. And what I love about this pattern is, so far, okay, very little air stitching. If you look at the pattern itself, yes, the rooftop of the wooden cabin outside, there's a little bit of snow, but the rest of the pattern, it's just strong colors through and through. Maybe the patchwork pieces, the quoted pieces at the bottom there, there's some sort of lighter area, but a lot of them probably are blues and grays. You know, just pure white stitches, and they're not that many. They're not that many. So it's a very nice, it's like these ones, the colors are so strong. I love it. So the next one is 3371. 3371. Let me take a new strand. 3371. So it's a brown color. Let me take a sip of my coffee here. And Callan says they have 5 toes in the front and 4 at the back. Really? Different numbers. I should know. I have cats, multiple cats for years. I never counted the number of their toes. I'm so sorry, Dolly. I should have known. I'm a terrible mum. Terrible mum. They have 5 toes in the front and 4 in the back. Okay, so back legs, the hind legs, they have 4 and 5 at the front, because 5 at the front, they need to be able to pinch things, like, right? Kitties, like pick up cat foods and stuff like that. Oh, they're so cute. So they have 5 toes at the front, right? And some of them have 1 extra at the front or back. Wow. Sharon says Eastern time zone. That doesn't help me. If you give me London time. Yes. So currently we are 20 minutes to 11 p.m. So so Sharon is I don't know what time it is. Susan says, is air stitching putting you off Kim Jacobs quoting room? Yes, guys, can anybody, you know, kind of remove the knife from my back? That was, ouch. Susan, yes, oh, I just feel that stab at the back right there. Susan, I'm glad you mentioned that project, okay? Yes, is air stitching putting you off Kim Jacobs' quoting room? So some of you might remember, as once upon a time I was stitching Kim Jacobs' quoting room, okay? It was a style that we started together. Susan, let me assure you, right? I have not stitched that piece for a little bit, okay? Let me take a sip of my coffee. And is it because of the air stitching? I would say 50%, because of the kind of color scheme. It's very light, very subtle. Okay. I don't know. I just have not gone back. Yes, okay, Susan, I don't think it's even a confession. You know that I love strong colors. You know I love bright colors. But I also love the style of Kim Jacobs' artwork. Okay, if you don't know Kim Jacobs, look up Heaven and Earth, and she's got some really beautiful, let me see which part I want to start. She's got some beautiful design. But yes, I think I was caught slightly. I was slightly surprised by how challenging it is to stitch her artwork, because I've got dry flowers, which I love, and I will continue to stitch. And the colors are stronger, I think, but the quilt rim piece is very subtle, so I have to be in the mood to want to stitch that. I think I will circle back to that piece for sure. I haven't given up at all. I think I will continue, and it's just that I have quite a few, webs. Okay, I'm trying to find excuses, aren't I? So yes, I will need to find a different way to approach it, and I'm waiting for that insight, inspiration to come through. So I don't want to force myself on it. I'm feeling that I'm kind of, I have to work on it. If I'm not feeling it, I'm gonna just leave it, and I do that with most of my webs. I don't have to love them equally at all time. Sometimes I have a few favorites and I stitch those, and the list changes, right? So I think this piece will come on the list very soon. I don't know when, Susan. Yeah, and Susan, when are you going to try out parking, eh? Just saying. Oh, Sharon says, I'm in Florida. Okay, so, yes, Florida. It's daytime now, I'm guessing. I really have no idea, because even in America, there are different time zones, isn't it? So if you got up at 3 in the morning, well, dinner time. Quite a lot of pieces that you kind of don't particularly want to stitch at that moment, but the time will come, and you're going to wake up one morning and go, oh my goodness, give me that piece. Let me work on it. So I'm just waiting for that moment. Okay, Susan. It could be tomorrow. No, tomorrow is our sour day. Aimee Stewart's sour day. The colors are so strong, so lovely. Rose says 9:40 Saturday here in Australia. 9:40 a.m. Saturday. Yes, in Australia it's already the next day, isn't it? Happy Saturday, Ruth. Patty say I tried parking but got frustrated due to them tangling. Oh, they shouldn't tangle. So there are ways to kind of manage them. I always feel like a hairdresser when I'm doing parking. You have to kind of organize them as you stitch, and maybe brush away the ones that you don't need right now and focus the one you do. It's a hairdressing. But I find it very therapeutic, parking. You know, you're managing something that looks chaotic, but you know they're there for, you know, every single strand has a mission. They're there for a reason. They're not random. And I love it. But I also love this type of stitching. I just love different ways of stitching. Depends on the project, depends on the days. Two more over here. Sharon says almost 6 p.m. So you got up at 3 a.m., 6 p.m. Yes, it's dinner time. And after some dinner, you're going to fall asleep for sure. That's what people do after a nice meal. You know, take a nap. You can do a spot of, you know, stitching as well. Oh, so pretty. Look at this. It's so pretty. This is a beautiful chart, seriously. You know, I think, you know, all the Heaven and Earth charts I have so far, they were beautiful in different way. But this one just feels so, I'm looking for a word. There's a certain presence to it, you know. It's not just a chart, so I just nearly knocked it off. There's a certain presence with this chart and this artwork as well. Susan, oh, I think it's regarding parking, right? Susan saying never. I honestly don't see the point. Looks like a mess. Remember 60 stitches? Susan, can any one of you come and get the other knife at the other side of my back off me, please? Ouch. Complicated parking doesn't help. Parking is not complicated. If I'm stitching 60 stitches, it's because of me, not because of parking. I take full responsibility, okay? Because my methods, you know, the methods I'm doing, they're being stitched by other stitchers as well, and they don't do 60 stitches in 3 hours, okay? It's just me. All right, Susan, you know, I own up to it. It's just me. I cannot blame the part threads. And also, there are times that I stitch more than 60 parking, right? Susan, to be fair. Lizzie says, just saying, quoting rim with a patchwork border. That looks lovely. And a cat reminds me of my parents' tuxedo cat. Yes, it's Molly. So Dolly is, it's got more black on her face, but her sister, Molly, looked like that tuxedo, like Felix tuxedo cat. So, you know, and Kim Jacobs, I think she must have, you know, tuxedo cats. She loves cats. And those cats appear on many of her artwork. Yes, and the one with quoted borders, really interesting as well. Lona, hello. Lona says, hi Yogi and Stitchy friends. Lona, reporting to the chat, you know. And Lona has probably done about 2,000 by now, right? 2,000 stitches by now. Wouldn't surprise me, Lona. Jackie Turner says, agree, Yogi. I love looking at it and stitching it. So Jackie is stitching this piece as well, are you? Oh, lovely. Yes, it's beautiful, isn't it? I remember when I first saw it, when it was released, I just go, give it to me, give it to me. But I couldn't buy it right away because I wanted to wait for a max color version. And at that time, I didn't know you could request it. And I didn't know that was how it was done. I just presumed that at some point they're going to release a max color version. And they did. I had to wait for about 3 weeks. And this one, Max Colors, came out and I grabbed it so quick. I wouldn't believe it. Just like, give it to me. I want to stitch it now. And I started stitching. Oh, Lona says, had to reschedule physical therapy. Ah, PT. Is that physical therapy? It is, isn't it? Physical training. Or maybe Lona is doing bodybuilding, you know, to be the strongest woman in the world. Paddy says parking would probably work better for me if I had a frame and a stand for it. I either do hoop, no stand, or nothing to stretch the canvas. Paddy, how do you stitch without a frame or canvas of some kind? So do you do hand stitching? Kind of a hand, yes, it's hand stitching, isn't it? Oh dear, Patty. No chance I'll be able to survive that. I tried hand sewing once. Oh, it didn't go well. Yes, I think if you're not using using a stand or not even a hoop, parking is pretty chaotic. Yes, I think with parking you do need somewhere that's kind of, you know, stable, because you know, so you don't have to arrange the threads and the fabric all the time. I never even crossed my mind, because I always use a hoop or frame and a stand as well. There. Physical therapy, yes. Lona says, I'm 9.17 on Garden Gate now. What, Lona? You're not 10% yet? It's been at least 10 hours since we last spoke. Or maybe 15 hours. Lona, it's a slow day, is it, Lona? Yes. And Lona says, however, my cobweb is really dark. Are you talking about the pattern or your house? Looking at Pattern Keeper and Saga, Saga has different color than the original. Yes, I think the colors are just kind of a representation of the thread colors. I mean, even DMC, if you look at the floss in flesh, depends on the batch. They may look slightly different. So the swatches on the screen is really just a reference. Do not trust it totally, okay? Sometimes they come out a little bit darker or lighter. 3371, I need another strand. 3371. Let's go. I've got another 21 stitches of this color, and then I'm off for the last color in this area. And who knows, I might be able to do a little bit more in a different area. Oh, it never happens before, okay? Since the birth of the channel, I never finish one area and have spare time to do other things, to start a new area. For good reasons. 60 stitches, okay? Just saying. One, two, three. Why do I hang on? That doesn't make sense. I think I missed a couple of stitches here. Let me just remove it before I forget. 1, 2, 3. There are 2 stitches missing. Yes, because they're not matching. Okay, that's better. So I'll come back and fix those. And for now, I'm here at the bottom. Alona says, just found out on my way to physical therapy, mom's neighbor is in hospital dying. Oh dear. We're both extremely upset, so physical therapy rescheduled my appointment to another day. Oh, I'm so sorry, Lola. That is terrible. Sending my love to your mom's neighbor. It must be upsetting. If your neighbor, you could be very close, right? You probably, chat every day, say hello, have a cup of tea together. Yes, and I'm glad Lona is here. We'll make her feel better. And sending all the love to Mom as well. Claudia says, thank you everyone for voting on which pattern I should have as my birthday start. Claudia, yes, you're having a birthday start. You narrowed it down to Sunset at Hogsmeade and Love Letters Chocolate Shop. So I'll have to start both. Wonderful. Oh, so they have 2 favorites, have they? And yes, why not? If they're 2 voted, they're both top choices. And start both. Claudia, when is your birthday? We'll have to, celebrate. How nice. A wonderful way to start. I mean, not saying you need a birthday to start a new project. Never stopped me. But it's nice to have a piece or 2 pieces of patterns to mark your birthday. Because you always remember, I started this project on my birthday. Okay, Patty. Is Sarah here in the chat still? I think there's an alien, warning coming up from Patty here. Patty says, I did a quilted pillow cover, totally hand stitching. Yeah, quilted pillows is one thing, but cross stitching, particularly, I don't know what fabric count you're stitching. It can be quite tricky, isn't it? Yeah, so we might have an alien situation here. No hoops, no stand. And now Sarah's stitching no gridding, okay? Oh, it's a bit like that with this group. It's just like aliens everywhere, wherever you turn. And Patty says, I plan on getting a frame, just to have to wait for a bit, hopefully next month. Yeah, give it a try. It's probably easier for the hands as well. I find when I try to, well, not that I really seriously try to stitch without a hoop or frame, but I have tried hand sewing and hand stitching. It's just not my gig. I just not, you know, my hands get really, really sore very, very quickly. It will last about 10 minutes. And definitely not just hoops, I need a stand. So you see, if I have hands free like this, nothing moves. My fabric does not go anywhere. I don't need to restretch it, organize it, adjust my position, nothing. I just walk away and come back. And that's it. Everything's still here. And I think it's probably better for the body as well. It's got to be. It's got to be. Because otherwise it creates a lot of a straining for the body, because you have to readjust all the time. And posture is so important when it comes to stitching, because we're here for a little while, you know, and on a regular basis. So the posture is paramount. Lona says, I told Mama that she can't dye right now. Yeah, no. Lona, get the neighbor, you know, the lovely neighbor to start stitching. Because if she will have to finish like super size max color, you know, there's no time for that kind of, you know, shenanigan. You have to stay strong and fit to stitch. Oh, Lona. A big hugs. Group hug. Okay, guys. Group hug for Lona. Yes, I always say, you know, life happens when as we're stitching. It's, you know, but through stitching, we find peace and some solace. I mean, certainly for me, it's a peaceful time. But it doesn't take the challenges away, you know, from life. Alison Rainey says, I haven't almost finished. Okay. As in, Alice, and she says, just need to backstitch, not full coverage, as one of the first pieces I start cross stitch on. It's bees and flowers. Alison, you should join me. Alison's a member as well. You know, I'm planning to do a backstitching party for members. So it's going to be sometime between Christmas and New Year, probably next Saturday, not this coming Saturday, next Saturday. I think it's 27th. I'm going to be doing backstitching. You can join me. We can party together, doing backstitching. Lizzie says, I'm close to 10,000 on one of my projects. I may concentrate on that pattern till the end of the year. Yes, 10,000. It's a milestone. Lona says, my mom's neighbor has been my friend for last 20 years. She helped my hubby and me find and get our home. Oh, that is more than a neighbor, isn't it? You can have very nice neighbor, but it sounds like it's also, you know, it's just a good friend, really, who happens to live next door. All the prayers going your way. Susan says, are you parking with this piece, Yogi? You know, I have parked. Oh no, this is interesting. This piece, from beginning to the end, I never parked. For some reason, from the kitty, right? From the kitty start, I've been doing mini cross country, and for pretty much the first couple pages over here, the kitty is over here, and no, I never part with this piece actually, Susan, and I don't know why. Some pieces I just don't feel like parking, and some and also fabric counts as well. This is 25, and 28 and 32. I haven't felt like parking. I don't know how it works, and so I transitioned from mini cross country to saga to maybe work, basically work from minimum to maximum, or I think I must have tried the DMC color numbers, from going from minimum, smaller numbers to maximum numbers. No, I've never parked on this piece. That is quite true. And I have no idea how it works. I go with instinct. That's it. 3371. 3371. Okay, I'm practically to have only 2 stitches left for one color, and the remaining area is one single color. So I'm going to do the 2 stitches I missed, and that's 101, A01, A01. Lona says, this is one neighbor of my mom that's checked on us throughout, through all the family deaths, and brought us food throughout. She's been outstanding neighbor and will be sorely missed. Yes. Oh dear. That's a good friend. That's a good neighbor. Yes, it's very challenging with times like this. You know, I don't know your neighbors, but I'm sending my love to your mom as well, and the neighbor, and to you. You know, it's a difficult, really difficult time. All right, 2 stitches, A01. Claudia says, turned 40 something ish yesterday. Oh, it was yesterday, was it, Claudia? I was on a work trip and got home today. My husband and I will celebrate tomorrow. Everybody, round of applause. Well, probably not round of applause, a celebration. Firecrackers for Claudia. Happy birthday. Yeah, happy birthday. Yes, I'm sure it's already happening in the chat. I'm just catching on. Yes, beautiful. I hope you and husband have a lovely celebration. Lovely celebration. Yes. Lona says, there's no way I could do a head without gridding. Gridding is such a game changer. I've done almost all my completed pieces without gridding. Hang on, Lona, so you're a non-gridder, but now you're gridding. Oh, so you started with no gridding, and then along the way, completing pieces, and then discover that you could grid. Oh wow! I started with, in the very, very beginning, I didn't even understand the concept of gridding, because when I looked at the chart, I was doing sort of, stitching kits, etc. And all the charts still have that, 10 by 10 block definition, but I didn't know what they were, because most of the patterns were so simple that I was stitching. It didn't matter really whether there was a gridding or not. And but the moment I discovered what they were, and I never went back. I always gridded, and without it, I'll probably, I don't know, I'll get really, really lost. Yes, happy birthday, Claudia. Rose says, I stitched dimensions, Christmas stocking in hand. Yes, I suppose it's probably doable-ish if it's smaller pieces. So if it's a stocking, I'm guessing, and also dimensions as well, I presume the way they chart their artwork, it's not almost no confetti, right? And I love their kits. That dimensions, they teach me everything I knew about cross stitching, and until I found you guys, and so let me pick the final color here. So I'm going to be flying. Okay, so all these stitches, they're all one single color, and that is 938. Oh dear, I'm going to be flying. 938. Yes, I think if it's a smaller pieces and very little confetti, it might be doable to do hand stitching. Not that I have tried the entire piece, but yes, but that's nice. That's really nice. And also maybe if it's 14 counts, slightly larger stitches may be easier to do. But for 25 counts, ooh, I don't know. I know there are aliens doing that, but Lola says, Yogi, she's not responsive. Probably referring to the neighbor, right? The poor neighbor. Organs are failing, went out of oxygen with the brain for 30 minutes. Oh no, that's, yes, that doesn't look good. That doesn't look good. Definitely sending prayers to her and her family, and you guys as well. It's really tough. Sarah says, hubby says, hi, I'm saying bye. Have a good evening. Sarah, well done. And say hello, sending my love to your hubby as well. And yes, thank you, Sarah. Great to see you. And I'll see you later. Claudia says, Yogi, thank you. He's taking me out for Burmese food. Oh, that's very exotic. I don't even know what's involved. He knows that my favorite food is a coconut chicken noodle soup. That's from Burma. Really? That sounds also very sort of Thai food, isn't it? They have a lot of coconut and noodles. Oh, that sounds delicious. Yes. Well, she's looking after your, your tummy. I know normally. And yes, next time get him to cook, okay? Maybe cook some Burmese food. I don't even know, where to start. That sounds quite delicious. Lona says 938. Spooky bingo, Lona. Yes. I hope that cheers you up. 938. This color I'm stitching. And Lona is stitching too. There you go. We're synchronized, Lona. You and me. Heart to heart. Wonderful. Yes. Chloe says, I've just hit 33% on my Christmas house too. 33%, Chloe. I don't think you'll be finished this Christmas though. That's very ambitious. Chloe, do you want to guess how many, what percentage my piece is? We're stitching the same piece, okay? Chloe and I. 1.5. I don't think it's even 1.5, Chloe. 33. I don't know how you do that. So round of applause for Chloe. Oh, all alien stitchers in the group. Seriously. My 60 stitches is looking increasingly worse by the moments. But I think today I might be able to break the 60 stitch limit. Okay, Susan, watch me. Chloe says, I'm doing the smaller version of the pattern. Oh, right. So, yes, the Christmas house comes in regular or large. I'm doing large. But still, 33. 33% is tremendous. Really well done, Chloe. I'm just over 1%, okay? So you do the maths. You do the maths. Rajao as well. Oh, yes, Rajao is celebrating. So, you can have, you can call out a spooky bingo for yourself, and you can also flash the bingo card for someone else. It's a supportive bingo card, okay? So, and Jackie Turner says, at 4.68. So referring to Christmas house, I think that's tremendous. That's more than double of what I'm doing. Oh, I need to catch up. But it's okay, a little bit at a time. It's going to take a few years or decades. I don't know. Who's counting? I'm not. And Lizzie, I think Lizzie is referring to gridding. She says, I started on plain, but did not quite get it. And as previously stated, I do not have patience. So for me, it's available. If it's available already, already gridded, it's all the better. Yes, I think, for me, gridding, pre-gridded, I think that's what you're referring to. Pre-gridded fabric was very useful when I first venturing into 25 count even weave, because when I first tried it, jumping from 14 counts, I literally didn't know what I was looking at on my fabric. And my first try of 25 counts was ungridded. I was really naive. I just go, well, I'll just get the fabric and start stitching. And first of all, even weave looks very different from Ada. I mean, as it says on the tin, it's evenly woven. So you kind of have to figure out where the stitches should go on. And if you're coming from stitching a lot of Ada is very clear in terms of where the stitches should go on. There's a white area there, if the fabric is white. And I just started stitching, and I had a terrible time, really terrible time, because I couldn't reel the fabric. I was totally lost. And then on the second try, finally, I started to build up my stitch counts up to 22. At that point, I felt confident that, or more confident that I can probably try 25 count again. And then I decided to get pre-gridded fabric as well. And that really helped, the pre-gridded fabric at that point. So I kind of gone full circle. And now I prefer plain fabric, because gridded fabric tends to be a little bit more bulky. I think it's just the way they're made. And I like lighter fabric, and plain fabric tends to be lighter. And also I kind of misread those pre-gridded borders as well from time to time. So for me, plain fabric now is easier, and I grid it myself. I do not go ungrid it, okay? No chance. I grid. Oh, there's one stitch here missing. I cannot fudge this one because the colors are very different. Okay then. Let me move my thread over. So there's one here. Can you see? That's unstitched. Oh, and another one over here. But it's not on my chart. My chart says I have stitched these ones. I'm pretty sure they're unstitched. I'll come back and fix it, okay? Alison Rennie says, I have another piece complete that also needs back stitching. I keep putting it off. Stitch party sounds like a plan. Yes, Alison, join me for the back stitching party. And of course, if you come, the members come join me, watch me and Alison stitching. You can't watch Alison stitching, but you can watch me doing back stitching. And we'll have a little party together with the members. And it'll be fun. It'll be fun. I'll let you know exactly when, what day, what time. I think it's going to be on 27th. It's a good time. We can have, some time before the Aimee sale. And then we can continue with the sale with everyone else. Oh, Jackie is doing Winter Reading Nook, and you are over 4%. That's amazing. Having stitched this piece for over 2 years, I think if I remember correctly, I'm just over 6%. So you're doing really well. Andrea says, I broke down and had to find a needle threader. Can't thread a needle with only one hand. Oh, right. Yes, how do you thread with one hand? But even with needle threader, can you do it with one hand though? Well, it depends on what kind of threader it is. I think it's about time they come up with a automatic threader. You just place a needle on it and you just thread it for you. I'm sure we have the technology. Oh, this is so beautiful. Look at this. The transition of the colors, the gradient is so pretty. Hi, Cleo Stitch. Welcome. Rachel Morton says, I just started Winter Reading Nook in October and I'm at 1.33. I'm also doing max colors. Oh, Rachel. That's tremendous. It's a beautiful piece, isn't it? And are you starting from upper left then? I just couldn't wait. I had to stitch the kitties. Went straight. Well, a kitty start. Captain Squirrel. Hello, hello. Rachel says, yes, I started Winter Reading Nook from upper left corner. Yes, let me have a look. Upper left would be, oh, the curtain, right? There's a kind of a drape over, and the lamp as well. That's interesting. Yes, I thought about starting from corners, but then I looked around. I just thought, how long does it take to get to the kitties? Get me there. And I decided to start from the center. I need to do a yogi move here. So all the remaining stitches are the same color. And if you do minimum to maximum, this is what you're building up to. The final color where you can just fly and just fill in all the remaining stitches. And also we have our New Year's start, isn't it? Has everybody decided which piece you're going to start with our New Year marathon? Because 21st December UK time, we're doing a 10-hour marathon. Okay, from the UK time, we're going to stitch cross over to midnight and do the countdown together in the UK, and then keep stitching until we hit another midnight in the US time. 10 hours, okay? This is how we roll. Come join us. So you need to pick a new start. So the marathon, it's kind of an open soul. So the only criteria is a new start. That's it. It's easy, right? In this group, everybody's got a new start everywhere, randomly starting on different days. So to find one to start on the new year, it's not hard. 938. 938. I need one more strand. And it'll be really easy to remember when you start the piece, right? It's just the New Year's Eve, 1st January. That's it. Because a lot of projects I've got, I kind of do not log the start date. I know some of you are very, very organized. You've got a log, a book. I don't. So I have to take a guess with a lot of pieces. I started. I don't know when I started it. Started them, most of them. Balana says, oh, so Winter Reading Nook here started November, just last month. Now I have 1.05 and upper left start, normal size, normal colors. Oh, amazing. Another Winter Reading Nook stitcher. It's a beautiful piece. I'm sure even regular colors, just as beautiful. I mean, the way Heaven and Earth, you know, the quality of their charting. I'm sure regular colors would be just as beautiful. Balana says, New Year start. Hey, Sao, 2026, battle chart. Okay, I know that piece. You know, as a group, we look through all the Heaven and Earth Sao 2026 pieces together. And yes, that piece was quite popular for the chat, actually. I was a bit surprised because it feels very muscular as a piece, right? Like a ship, like something my dad would like. My dad loved ships. But yes, it was quite popular when we were looking at those pieces together. So I'm guessing quite a lot of you would have a Sao chart as the New Year's start. And I think some of you would have that on top of another piece, you know, not to tempt you, but why not? You can have a Sao start and then another new start, you know. If you were Nikki, you could have 3 starting at the same time. Oh, this is relaxing because literally I'm just trying to find my way around here to stitch all the remaining stitches other than this one. This one is not, and that one as well. I think there's another one there. I don't know how I missed them. Karen Southland says, if my Gecko Rouge is here by then, it will be my New Year's start. It has left Heathrow. Oh, okay. So it will depend on our postal service, which is pretty hopeless. Yes, and also it's a busy time as well, because ordinarily it probably will not take as much time if it's left Heathrow. Yes. Then if it's not through shipping, as in, you know, versus flying, if it's through, if they're shipping it through airplane, then it shouldn't take too long. And then we have about 2 weeks left to New Year. Lizzie says, my New Year's new start will be Hate Sao Glistening Wings. That one is popular as well. It's a fly, isn't it? Some sort of, not fly, it's kind of like flies or something else. Insect based, bug based. Very colourful. Oh, Ruth is doing that piece as well. Glistening Wings. Rachel Morton says, Yogi, have you seen the Winter Bonfire Night pattern by Stewart? It has very similar feel to Winter Reading Nook. I bought it in the sale last week and will be starting soon. Winter Bonfire Night. I'm not sure. So it's by Aimee Stewart's partner or husband. Wow, I'll have a look. Yes, it's not, I can't really recall if I have seen it on top of my head. But I do know that there's another piece, I think it's charted by Pain Free Craft. It's got kind of similar feel to it. The style is not the same. The styles are, quite different, but quite colorful as well. It's a reading space. I think it's a popular theme. Lizzie is asking, has anyone got tips for sharpening scissors? Lizzie, what is going on? Are you sharpening weapons? It's okay, deep breaths, ujjayi breaths, whatever it is, let it go. You don't need to sharpen your weapons. It's okay, Just breathe. Alison Rainey says, I have so many pieces to choose from as a new start, although I do have my Sao start. Issues will not be at home on Harmony, New Year's Day. Well, you can start anywhere in January, right? Doesn't have to be on the dot. Dragonflies, yes, okay. Not just normal flies, household flies. Susan Bond says, I'm doing 3. The Battle, also. Sleepy Time, of course, Susan Bond, we're starting together. Yes, we're partners in crime in this. And the Cross Stitch Studio Sao Christmas Fox. So you're starting a Christmas piece in January. That is a bold move. That's a boss move, Susan. Yes, Susan's got supersize as well, just as me. I'm starting my sleep time, sorry, by Chirama Kitty. Supersize, my first supersize. I'm very excited. I've got 3 more stitches here. It's very exciting. And I'll come back to fix these 2 stitches and this area is done. Oh my God. For me, this is completion. Okay, I know it's not, completion for most of you is kind of the full piece, but for me, I get the same joy just having a defined area completed. It's quite nice. And I'll celebrate again when I finish the cushion. Cushion finish. So any excuse to celebrate. Brittany says, I'm doing LaSalle as well. I'm on Team Skulls. I know, Brittany. Brittany's like, yeah, let me just do some like human hairs. Yes. And do some skulls. Why not? Comfort stitching, right? This is all about comfort. And put the feet up, have a cup of cocoa, and stitch some skulls. That's Brittany for you. And maybe on 50 counts. Brittany, is it 50 count? It has to be 50 count. Super comforting, okay? That's how Brittany rolls. All right, so this area is almost done. I'm going to come back and find these 2 stitches. It'll be quite tricky to find out what they are, because it's all the stitches are done here. So what are they? Let's have a look. Oh, it's like treasure hunt. Which stitch is this? I think, because I do not have the grid to guide me anymore, so I have to take a guess. I think they may be, it's roughly around here, just above the browns. Okay. Oh, okay, I still have the lines here. So it's the top row of this block. It may be, oh, I got it, the third one. 1, 2, 3 is that one, I think. And there's another one over here on the next block. I think it may be that one. I don't know how I missed them. Alison Rainey's doing Stone Cottage. Yes, I remember that piece. And Brittany says, I also really want to start where daydreams and shadows meet my shadows meet by Whimsity. That's a brand, isn't it? That's a company. Does it involve some sort of a human head or limbs, like, you know, separated from the body, Brittany? You know, just asking. Andreas as well. Andreas says, I'm on Team Skulls. Oh, so do not encourage Brittany, okay? Rose says, the Winter Bonfire Night is a beautiful piece. I'll have to have a look. I know the a couple of pieces by Aimee Stewart's partner. They're kind of some similarity, but not quite. A lot of them kind of rainbow colors, if that's a way to describe it. There's a certain color palette he goes for. All right then, 2 ninja stitches, okay? It's just the way it happens. The 2 stitches are still missing there. So 831. Hopefully I've got one here already. Yes, I do. 831. And I think I'm probably going to do a Komari. I'm going to just stitch it and leave a tail, because it's so snuggly. It's not going to go anywhere, I think. I hope. And I'm going to just give it a little tug. Beautiful. 831, 831. Jackie. Oh, hello, Jackie. A different Jackie with Jackie Turner. We have Jackie. Jackie says, I've been lurking most of the night, but just wanted you on to say hello. Just wanted to say hello. My whole family has the flu. But I think we're finally on the mend. Oh, the whole family. Yes, it can spread, can't it? Jackie, speedy recovery for the whole family. Yes, but you know the great thing about having a cold or a flu is it's a hard sell, I know, but it's the fact that it builds your immune system. When you recover from it, your body is stronger, I like to think. So it's probably a good thing to have a cold or flu occasionally, not all the time. If you have it all the time, there's something to do with your immune system is probably quite weak. But if you have it occasionally, it's probably not a good idea to never have a cold, because once you have it, it might be quite serious. That's my theory, okay? 3A33. A33, because daily basis, I'm being exposed to quite a lot of people, maybe up to 100 a day, and in a very close range, teaching yoga. And a lot of times, if I have a busy day coming back, it's not unusual that I get slightly fluey, like a runny nose and a little bit of a tickly throat. But normally the symptoms go away within a day. So I think my body just, because I'm constantly being exposed to germs, not that I'm saying my students carrying germs, okay? But it's normal to carry some sort of maybe viruses and germs. And outwardly, they're all quite healthy, but we all carry things, right? But we have ability to fight them. And so it's probably good to train your body to be able to fight back on a regular basis rather than never. If you're fully protected too much, then you have no immune system. Heather House, hello. Heather says, hello, friends. I'm late again. Happy Fridays. Heather, I'm waiting for the full report, okay? For the reason you're not here on time for the class. But it's really good to see you. Jackie says, I'm doing hay salt, abundance of fruits. I'm trying to think. Is that just a bowl of fruits? Yes, that makes sense. And Jackie says, can't wait to start that one. I'm trying to recall. I'm pretty sure there is one piece. There's kind of a still, what is it called? Thingy, like a bowl of fruits, clearly. It says on the tin. Where is it? Is it this one? Oh no, it's here. It's here. It's this one. If I didn't look very carefully, I'd probably totally miss it and not even know there's a stitch missing there. Clara says, usually hay sale chart is released early, so I'll be starting my hay sale chart the day it's released. Then I'll do a new start during our marathon. Writer's desk, max color is my choice. Oh, need to kit it up. You don't need to if you have a master set, okay? Just saying, Clara. Time to get a master set. Yes, I nearly forgot. Yes, we have 2 companion pieces for Traveling Library. That's going to be quite popular as a new start for the year. I know some of you have already started, those cheaters. No, I think particularly those that do regular colors, because they've had the chart for a little while. So some of them go, I can't wait anymore. Let me start. I get it. All right, look at this. That's really pretty. Look at that. I fixed those missed stitches. A33 going back. So pretty. This piece is like, it feels like I'm working with fabric. It feels like that, even though I'm stitching the fabric. But it feels like I've just made this cushion. It feels like that. Oh, and as I said in the beginning, okay, if I get to finish it during our stream time, we have a little bit. I want to go on for a little bit. My plan is to move up there Okay, and Susan, what did you say earlier on about me not parking with this piece? And indeed, I have not parked so far with this piece. But you know, recently, you probably noticed I'm doing a lot of color flow parking method, Gemma's method. I think that corner looks very inviting. I think I'm going to start from here, following the outline. I'll probably move up a couple of stitches there because it's the cushion starts couple of rows above the grid there. I'll probably start doing color flow from here and see how it goes. So Susan, I'm going to be parking for the first time for this piece. So I need to adjust my hoop here a little bit to move things down a little bit. Okay, so I'm very excited. So I'm going to follow the definition of the cushion rather than the grid, which can be quite nice. I'm inspired by Lynn, you know, Lynn Burgess is doing Travel's Library. She literally just goes around the objects, the sofa, the fox. I love the way she stitches. For me, I tend to follow grid or, you know, I don't know, certain defined area rather than objects. So it will be an interesting way of doing it. So I am going to start from here and see how far I can go with the remaining time. How's that as a plan? It's all dynamic. It's all dynamic, okay? I do what I want whenever I want. I know. Okay, so let me just lock everything in place. I might need to do a little bit of gridding. The pencil lines are fading a little bit, so I'm gonna need to strengthen it a little bit before I start. And I need to do a little bit of counting. I don't want to get too ambitious. I think with this method, I'm gonna manage a little bit. Right, so I'm gonna grid here and then maybe 2 more from here. So I'm gonna count. I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Does that look correct? Let me count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hang on. It doesn't look correct. Let me do it one more time. I think this is the grid line, right? I think I've got 11 there. 1, 2. I told you it's not easy. It's not easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I was correct. I had 1 stitch extra. See, it's always good to recount again. Can't be too confident. Let me do it one more time, just in case. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, that looks better. And it doesn't matter, I've got this extra line. You can't see it very well anyway. And I'm going to stitch over it, so everything will be hidden. I'm going to count 1 more block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let me count 1 more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think if you're trying to sleep, the last 3 minutes probably managed to help you. Probably helped you to achieve it. I just keep counting, like counting sheep. I'm doing the job for you. Okay, here we go. So I think we're good. Oh, Lona says, congratulations, Yogi, you finished that area. I know, isn't that wonderful? Any excuses to celebrate, right? For me, that's a completion. All right. Cushion bottom completion achieved on this string right here in front of your eyes. Right, let me move up here. I think I am going to focus on, let me just show you what I'm trying to do here. Okay, this is my app here. So I am going to move this little box over here. I probably don't need a box necessarily, but it's nice to have that reminder on where I'm working on. So I am going to start here actually. Yes. And just a rough kind of area here. So I'm going to be doing color flow with parking and see how it flows. So this would remind me where I am. All right. So this is the plan. Thank you guys. I know. Brittany says 56 count. Yes, well, it has to be. It's a skull, right? So the skull will probably come out really tiny. 56 count. You probably need a magnifier to see it, which is probably good. Less scary. Andrea says, oh, do not encourage these two, okay? Brittany and Andreas. And Andrea says, I like all the ones this year on Hate Sal, but the skulls go with my decor. Okay, now my imagination is running wild on what kind of decor Andrea's house is, okay? We're talking about like cobwebs and maybe a couple of brooms in a corner that Andrea needs to fly around for grocery shopping, you know, that kind of stuff. Thank you, Diana. Diana is doing a yogi move. Jacqueline says, I started my reading nook at the center top. Okay, center top. That's a brave start. That's window, sky and window stitching. Jacqueline, that's very bold. That's a boss move. Boss move. All right. See here? That's where I'm going to start. Okay, let's see how it goes. So with this method, I'm going to start. Oh, I'm starting with a ninja stitch. Just one. Just literally just one. This is a flavor of of this area right here. The bottom bit doesn't look too confetti, but the top is touching the kind of a window area. It's a little bit more confetti. Why don't I make things a little bit simpler by moving my border down a little bit? I think I want to stick with the cushion. So I'm not really in the mood of doing ninja stitches at this point. I'm gonna just move it down, okay? And start from here. So I'm gonna follow the grid instead. All right then, let's try again. This one. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. 3607. 3607. Here we go. All right, yes. Brittany and Andreas, you two can be besties, okay? We have a special room for you. I'll see how it goes with parking. If it doesn't flow with this piece for whatever reason, I can just come back to doing cross-country or color completion of some sort. I just want to try it out. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna do one more. And then another one. Oh, there are two over here. Let me see. Maybe I can release. The box. So I'm being slightly liberal here. I think I'm just end up doing, I have a feeling I'm going to end up doing cross country here. I don't know. Maybe I should be doing cross country, right, guys? Can I change my plan? For some reason, this piece just feels like more of a cross country piece. Oh, let me do cross country then. Never mind. So Gemma, you have to wait. Okay, color flow, you have to wait. Let me do cross country. Plan B. Plan B. It's all dynamic. Yes. My body just wants to keep stitching. Cross country style. All right then. Cross country it is. Okay. Yes. For some reason, this piece just feels country, cross country. Right. So next, I'm gonna go for this one. I'm gonna follow the cushion. That's what I'm gonna do. 3608, 3608. Spooky bingo, A33. Oh, was it the last one? Sorry, I only saw it now from Rachel. Yes, spooky bingo, A33. And the next one is 3608. I need to catch up. 3608. It's a pink. And for those who weren't here earlier on, just to give you a heads up that I am doing a whip parade tomorrow. Okay, so tomorrow is a double stream day. So I'll send out the time, the schedule as soon as I can. I should be doing it just a few hours before our regular SAL, which starts around 8 o'clock-ish p.m. UK time, okay? But before that, I'm going to do a little bit of whip parade. It's going to be my first one. And I've got a few pieces I've got in mind. We can have a look at them. And I'll tell you how they come about and my plans for how I'm going to stitch them. So come join me. And after that, we take a little break and then we continue with our Aimee SAL. Okay, so that's the plan. That's the plan. Double stream day. Yes, this piece, for some reason, I just want to cross country. I don't want to fight it. See you later, Chloe. And Chloe's number for Guess My Stitches is 345. Oh, Chloe has confidence in me. Thank you, Chloe, and have a lovely, lovely rest. Beth says, I'll set my alarm extra early tomorrow morning to try and catch the whip parade. Oh, yes, in New Zealand, isn't it? Oh, our poor New Zealand and Australia stitches. Yes, but if there's a will, there's a way, Beth. Yes, we have many stitches in New Zealand and Australia. So normally this is the following day already. Yes, you can do it. 3608. 3608. You know, we're athletes. We do marathon, you know, and we're all from different time zones. So, you know, we work with it and we can do it. Yes. So, for the New Year's Eve, we're going to have a 10-hour marathon, okay? So start training. Start the training. Our daily training here is going to prepare our body, our hands, and our whips for the marathon, okay? So keep training and be here on time for the class. 552. 552. Yes, it feels so much better. Cross country. And I'll keep going for a couple of more colors. So it's around midnight here. But this is a Friday. It's a Friday. We're going to stay up late a little bit more. But we have 2 more streams coming up on Saturday, okay? Rachel Morton says, that's what I'm doing on this piece, cross country. Yes, and for some reason for 25 counts, you know, Rachel, you've probably seen my 28 count pieces, and I kind of travel everywhere, like travel library and also my Gecko Rouge. I kind of go everywhere, but for 25 counts, I kind of, you know, I just have more resistance to long distance traveling. So in my mind, I think right now I only want to travel maybe just about a block away. So it's so weird, isn't it? It's like every single whip, it's kind of talking to me and telling me how to stitch it. And even though, you know, 25 counts, I have quite a few different ones, but I'm kind of stitching them in different ways. And I cannot explain why I want to do one thing with one and different with the other one. I have no explanation. I'm just following the voice, following the guidance of my whips. I think it's the best, because if you go with the flow rather than trying to make it one way or the other, then it would just flow better, I think. Oh, this is so pretty. Look at these colors. Lizzie says, night night, and my guess is 341 as well. Oh, nice. And have a lovely rest, Lizzie. Yes, Bess is doing, yes, is doing weight training. Exactly. We need daily training, you know. Strength and power does not come overnight. We have to put it to practice. If you want to stitch as slow as Yogi, you need to practice slow stitching, okay? It doesn't come easy. This is through years of practice. Then I'm able to stitch so slowly, okay? Yes, well done, Bess. That's the spirit 552. And I'm going to pick one more color. 552 over here. Very nice. And I'm going to pick one more color, and it's going to be my last one for this session, okay? Lineker says, I think you have a stitch Yogi 323. Oh, for I guess my stitch count, Lineker. Lineker's offer is 323. Or everybody's around sort of just under 350. I have no idea actually. Let me pick one more color. Every stitch count. This one is 327. 327. And even though I was doing, you know, in an enclosed area earlier on, but it's really hard to gauge how many stitches there are. So it's not a black and white. 327, 327. So this is going to be my final color for this session until our double stream tomorrow. Okay, 327, 327. It's a purple. A strong finish. That's how we like it. It's very pretty, isn't it? So I'm stitching a purple square here, so there will be different shades of purple here. Jacqueline says 327. You already started coming up with numbers. Yes. So I'm going to do probably about 10 stitches with this color. Okay, so add it to your final number, and yes guys, you can start to come forward with your numbers. Okay, so if you're new to the channel, guys, if you're watching and have no idea what's going on, at the end of every stream we play a little game together. Okay, and it's called Guess My Stitches, and it's simply for you to come forward and offer a number and guess how many stitches I've done from the beginning of the session for the entire stream. Okay, and you might go, well, I just found you about 5 minutes ago. It doesn't matter. It's a wild guess. No skills are involved. Okay, do not need any skill, just some faith and and an ability to wild guess. We can all do that from time to time. So come forward and offer a number, okay? And you might just win. Yes, we have winners every single day, sometimes multiple. And the winners, you might go, what is there for me? Other than tremendous fun, okay? But also, you receive praises from the stitchers all over the world, real time, okay? Round of applause, crowns, all sorts. And then you get to enjoy the buffet with me. Yes, it's true. We have buffet together every night. All right. And just come and find out. You might be the winner tonight. Just come forward and let me bring on our Guess My Stitches machine for this beautiful Friday evening. There you go. Boom. I know it's breathtaking, isn't it? Every time I look at it, I'm just mesmerized by the beauty of it. It's very high tech. It's a SpaceX technology, which I incorporated and built it in my basement. Yes, I have power tools in my basement. You've seen some of my power tools. They're very powerful. I built this machine for you, and we're pushing it to the limit. Okay. Every night with the numbers. But this is what we do here. We stitch, we play, and we stitch some more. All right, so come forward, and I'm going to do, let me see, let me mark them as well. Okay, every stitch counts. And I am going to do final 2. No, actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, final 7. Final 7, why not? It will be a beautiful finish. There. Oh, these colors are just gorgeous, aren't they? I really, really love it. So pretty. All right. I've got 3 more to do. 3 more stitches. 3 more here, and until the final number is revealed, you can come forward and just unlurk yourself. Okay, if you've been lurking and go, well, I really don't want to chat, and just come forward and give Yogi a number, and then you can go back lurking. Okay, it's perfectly okay. Perfectly okay. You can lurk. It's your right to lurk. Okay, it's your birthright. I will not take it away from you. So here we go. Let me end this stitch. It's beautiful already. I don't even know what I'm stitching just yet, but I know it's part of the purple square, but it's so beautiful. All right then, let me end this stitch here and put 327 back to my stitching needle bore there. 327. There you go. Right, and I am going to zoom out a little bit so you get to appreciate this beautiful cushion, and I'll give you a quick recap of what happened today. So today, oh, look at that. That's so realistic as well, isn't it? It's kind of, it reminds me of traveling library. It's a similar style. It's kind of, you know, cozy, but realistic. Every single object is so realistic at the same time, because Aimee Stewart's pieces sometimes kind of slightly fantasy, you know, based and quite fluffy, but these ones are so solid, so rich and beautiful. So today, I came back to my cushion here, which I've been working on for a little bit. It's a large cushion, you know, and it's got a lot of details. And completed the bottom bit. I'm so thrilled because now the cushion looks completed in, you know, about 2/3 of it. And I'm moving on to the upper right corner here. And I want to follow the cushion and finish the cushion. We're going to celebrate the cushion finish, okay? And so originally, you know, for about 3 minutes, I thought I might introduce parking and do a little bit of a color flow. But instantly, as soon as I started stitching, I just knew it wasn't going to flow. Why? I have no idea. It's just a gut feeling. I follow the instinct. So I decided, plan B, I'm going to do mini cross country. I'm not going to float far away like my 28 count projects. I'm going to stay within the area and complete this beautiful cushion here. Okay, so this is what's happened today. So let's have a look at the numbers. Guys, thank you so much. Come and play with me, okay? And we have a few earlier submissions. I cannot remember them all. I'll try to see if I can scroll back. Or our lovely assistant, Susan, maybe have been secretly taking note. I don't know. Okay, let's have a look. And start with Lineker. 323. I saw this one earlier on. And Jacqueline, 327. Jackie says 289, and Rachel Morton 317, Barbara 333. I like the number. It's half of 666, and Andreas 312. Everybody's around the 300 mark. Interesting. Someone's been counting. And Bess Williams 352, Clara 234, Love Drunk 324, and Lynn Burgess, yes, our Lynn, oh yes, beautiful stitcher, 395, and Susan 287, and Lineker 323, and Susan Barnes 200, and Diana Smith 300, and about 100 apart, and Michelle Fuller 355, Ruth 234, Lona 295, and Christy 313, Rajal 325, and Petty 346, and Captain Squirrel that join us later on 367, and MM 385 unlurked, And Susan says, Chloe, 345. Thank you, Susan. And also Lizzie, 341. Oh, thank you, my little assistant. What do I do without Susan? Okay, occasionally I have to get the knives off my back, but it's all worth it. Yes, I'm paying her service with my life right here. Okay, so here we go. Let's have a look. Are you ready to be confronted by my ab that does not lie? Boom. Here we go. Yes, let me remove this menu here. And this is where I am. Kitty Start Center. Okay, I'm the original. I'm the OG for Kitty Start. Okay, remember my name and remember my stitches. Here we go. I'm going to count down to 3. Oh, Alison has just offered a number as well. 315. That counts. Okay, because we have not revealed a number just yet. Let's count down 3, 2, and who is going to win this? Be the winner of this beautiful Friday night? 1. Boom. Here we go. 314. So you would go somewhere with a 300 stitches. Okay, 314 instantly. I can see Christy here. Christy, 313. Anyone closer? The only way to beat Christy is if you have the numbers spot on. 314. Anyone's got 3. Alison's 315. 314, 315, and Christy 313. So you both win at this point, unless someone has got 314. No? If not, we have 2 winners. We have 2 winners today. If no one is spot on, because both Alison and Christy as well, they're both 1 stitch away. Alison and Christy. Yes, well done. We have double winner tonight. Yes, round of applause. And yes, 315 and 313, they're both 1 stitch away from 314. Well done. Every stitch counts. I told you. Round of applause for both. Yes, you're both winners. Yes, bring on the praises, the round of applause, and Dolly as well, and the crown. Yes, we have a special crown emoji and a Dolly card. And they represent victory and everything. Excellent. Yes, Christy and Alison, well done. And yes, I'm not sure if either of you have won. Okay, you're in for a treat. And look at the praises from stitches from all over the world. And this buffet is coming up. The buffet, yes. Here we go. Susan's bringing on delicious food here. And Lona is as healthy as usual. And the Captain Squirrel as well. Yes, if you're looking for fresh fruits and vegetables, go to Lona and Captain Squirrel. And you know what you get. But occasionally, Michelle is really healthy today as well. But occasionally we need a little bit of indulgence. Okay, look at this, Laura. Yes, great to see you, Laura. And so from here, it's nearly 12:30. Past midnight. Well, PM, AM, yes, in London, okay, from a sleepy London town. And as I said, the coming today, actually, Saturday, we have double stream here. So I'm going to do a little bit of whip parade, okay? It's going to be very informal. And I just pick a few pieces and tell you the story of them and my plans on how I want to move forward with the pieces. It'll be interesting because normally you watch these pieces on daily stitching and I'm going to fill in a little bit of history and the stories behind them. Okay, so from here in the sleepy London town until tomorrow's double streaming and night-night. Okay, night-night. I'm trying to get some sleep here and you too, Susan, and rest up and carb up to the carb loading and see you tomorrow. Nighty-night. Night-night, everyone. Love you all. Bye-bye. Bye.